Welcome back to the final stage.
Welcome.
Welcome.
My name is BE, this is Niveau once again, and we'll be doing the round of 16 for you to start off our final stage here.
After a long break.
After a long break here at the Pylon Cup. Thanks for staying tuned. And yeah, we'll just about start. The players are nearly ready. Before we hop into the game though, we'll take a very short look.
No, it started. It started.
Oh, okay.
Started.
Okay, then we'll hop right into the game.
The players were ready, but we don't. So, yeah, the last 16 players out of 50 attendance.
Yeah.
So,
it's been a crazy day so far.
long day.
Yeah, looking forward to some really high quality matches to finish it out here. And we're hopping right into our series now, which is AK69 versus Sarah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Pirate Warrior versus Tempo Mage.
So
it's not the worst matchup for the mage, because one significant thing you have to do against warriors. Normally, classes like mage or warlock are struggling with stopping classes hitting at your face.
Right.
But as Tempo Mage, you get a water elemental. What's really significant can turn out really good when the Pirate Warrior get in like Arcanite Reaper or stuff.
Yes.
So you can just like shut down this damage.
Completely.
Just like hit him every turn, freeze his face.
Right. Yep.
So you take away most of the Pirate Warrior damage.
Yes.
And you've got fireballs for the berserkers, you got frostbolts for coursers and captains. So you're in a pretty decent standing, let's say, when you draw you out.
Right.
That's significant.
Indeed. We see a very good start here for AK69 with the early weapon and the good follow-ups he's got available the next turn. Dread Corsair available next
ping
turn.
and go.
Yeah. And on the side of Zera, we do see some control measures like counter measures on his hand. We see Volcanic Potion available. Frostbolt available.
Ice Block.
Yeah, there's
Ooze.
There's quite a bit available right now, yeah.
So you just want to go now to turn 4 to play the water elemental.
Yep.
So you don't care that much.
Right.
That's a really good thing here.
You play Gluttonous Ooze, right? You just kill the weapon.
That's not
pretty straightforward.
Actually, that's a tough one. If you just go... Okay, he just plays, but that's a different question to go for the Ooze.
Yes.
Or the Frostbolt. If you play Frostbolt, you see you're 1 mana off. It's not that mana efficient.
Right.
And now you're struggling against the captain.
Right.
And the weapon is away. So...
I guess there will always be a weapon available for you to hit with the Ooze. Maybe not this turn, but like the Arcanite Reaper is available. Like there's enough weapons to hit the Ooze.
Definitely.
So, yeah, we'll be seeing enough ways here.
We're gonna see here maybe a glyph of him. He's thinking about. Yeah, but this is the better play. Just go here for the water elemental.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a
sets up more stuff for him, and he can like easily clear the board of the opponent.
Yep.
And the Pirate Warrior won't hit the water elemental because he doesn't want it to get freezed.
Of course not. Yeah.
And now you've got the perfect setup. You've got like Volcanic Potion into ping and hit the face. So you block now all the damage what is coming from.
Yeah.
Never mind, he's going for the 5 armor gain.
Right.
Primordial
Not terrible either.
Oh, another ice block. And clears off the captain.
Yeah. this does definitely make more sense, since the Arcanite Reaper would most likely be used otherwise. Well, although I guess since if you've got the Water Elemental, you freeze it. It's not necessarily, but I guess he just wants to get the armor out to prevent any shenanigans from happening. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like he creates a better board.
Yes.
With playing the ooze.
Right. Well, you save your Volcanic Potion. You don't have to hit your own Water Elemental.
Just like it's in the early minions of Pirate Warrior have 1 health.
Right.
The late minions have 3 up to 4 health.
Like Nagako, say, for example.
So why you save a Volcanic Potion?
Be thirsty.
Right. You can't play it versus Frothing here, right?
No.
Because, yes.
Except you need a Flame Strike.
Yes.
So Volcanic Potion has a really small peak where it's very effective against small like Pirate Warrior. Okay, now he's hitting the Water Elemental. Nice, understand this play.
Yep.
He's got 2 4/4s out, but he only can Fireball 1.
Yes.
No, wait. No. You trade ping here and hit with the Water Elemental phase. That's okay. And
you control like everything, right?
No, it's literally 1. You've got 2 Ice Block in hand, 2 AI. So now next turn you play Ice Block into AI. You redraw your cards, you fill up, and you're in a pretty good standing here.
Yeah.
And you can't equip weapons anymore.
Right.
Because they just bring like literally nothing.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so it looks like Zero has completely shut down AK-69 this match. Completely out of options. So yeah, and even with the second Ice Block being picked up from Primordial Glyph, he's in a really good spot. And yeah, Violence Portal here.
5 mana Violent Portal feels good.
Pretty good. Ooh, not the best 5 mana minion, but still.
It's okay.
Nonetheless. And the constant freeze
it's
continues.
Like with Primordial Glyph, Violence Portal is like the most overpowered thing ever. You've got for 5 mana, 5 damage and getting a 5/5. There's no more value in this game, I think.
Yep.
So
indeed. That's very valuable.
yeah, you ping, you play your Ice Block, and you draw a card. No, yeah.
Pyros available as well.
Pyros.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game is over.
It's very tricky for AK-69 from this spot. Pyros. Yep, I have more Pylon Portals, Polymorphs, Meteor, everything's here. Yeah,
and he can't use weapons. It's like he can't even like double Mortal Strike him. It's like it runs perfectly for the mage. It's like you have the warrior there where you wanted to have him.
Yep.
Just like he's sitting there and just can't do anything against this Water Elemental. Okay, what he should have done is like try to Mortal Strike the Water Elemental to stop the phase freeze.
Right, that's a very good point. Yes, because then at least you could use your weapon, which is like it's a 2/4 only now, but
at least you can connect. At least you can connect some damage.
Right.
And so you're now out of option and you're dead.
Yeah.
So one of these outs would have been just to Mortal Strike the Water Elemental.
Indeed.
And try to get the freeze up away from your face.
Yeah.
It's like the worst thing what can happen.
Very nice to see a Pirate Warrior being shut down so effectively. Feels pretty good.
Only way how Tempo Mage can beat him.
Yeah.
Effectively.
Yeah.
Okay. Beside like late
well,
like
Ice Block and then
Mana Worms with Sorcerer Branches, Mirror Images and Frostbolts and
seems to be a pretty good counter, yes.
Yeah. Water Elemental is the only thing you have against like warriors especially, because there is no other really weapon dependent aggro deck, because Paladin is not aggro with weapons. Rogue has a 1/2 dagger, oh my god. Because there's nothing like Oil Rogue anymore.
Right,
like
that's completely gone.
2 years ago?
Yes.
3 years? 2 years. 2 years. 3?
1 or 2? Maybe 2.
Yeah, but there was the Oil Rogue, so there was a main thing like to stop phase damage. But
yeah, indeed.
Okay, we've got here, I guess it's one of those Silence Priests.
Full like switch up.
With Shadow Vision, Powered Pyromancer, Powered Shield, Cleric we see here.
Well, the Cleric I guess is a gift, but it could still be a combo priest with Lyra and possibly Innifier.
You play Lyra in the Silence Priest just for more value.
Right. Okay. Right. And we do see a Faceless Shambler here.
Yeah,
so this
but you see Purify.
Like, we see Purify now,
and it's clear.
Definitely. Yeah, indeed.
Is someone injured?
Yeah, and obviously North Shark Cleric. Yep. Yeah. And here, very similar deck so far from AK69 to last game's Zero Mage. So, yeah. Let's see what's happening here. Double Talk Reaper pickup for Sarah.
Yeah, the
Very.
Frostbolt play was pretty good.
Yep.
Because it prevents him from buff the cleric and have unstoppable card draw.
Right. And
So it's very effective here to get it.
yeah, and that's one of the clerics completely gone already, indeed.
Yeah, indeed. It's like the
I must
The-
consider.
only consistent way for priests to draw cards.
Mm.
You get you got your Purify, you get your Power Word Shields,
Right.
but you don't get that much anymore.
Mm.
But it's not that bad actually for the priest, because in this matchup specifically with the cards in hand, the Mage God, it's just like you don't have to play fast at all.
No, right. Mm.
It's like play a Tar Creeper. Oh my god, a Tar Creeper. So you don't want to fireball this as Mage
Right.
because it's a 1/5 in his turn.
Right.
But on the other side, it's a 5 in the back. He can like double buff him to 20/20 and just punch you in the face in one turn and knock you out. It's like it's difficult actually.
Yeah. So obviously the dynamic is very, very different for the Mage here compared to last game. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you want to waste a fireball, but because there are a lot of other minions. Even now we
Right.
see the Radiant Elemental in the end.
Yes,
If
which-
the Radiant Elemental gets a Power Word Shield, you
Yes.
have to fireball
Yes.
it. It's no other way. So depends now what you do. I think I even would like to see a counterspell played here.
Mhm.
But Meteor for Primordial, he was even picking so fast we
Meteor.
could see.
Yeah, it was just instant Meteor pick. Like we don't even know what other options he
Oh,
had.
okay. He starts now to build it up. Okay, okay.
Okay, trying to buff it here. We see also with the inner fire pickup, this does make sense here.
But
Yeah. Nice.
so you meteor that?
I think so. Right?
Otherwise, you get 7 damage
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
face next turn.
A
That's
4-mana
too
Meteor,
much.
like you really can't complain for this pickup here.
But now there's coming in the lease down,
Yeah, and there we see the second Radiant Elemental.
and then you're gonna see the fireball from the mage. Fireball ping, excuse me.
Indeed.
To get rid of this and that, it's like, nah.
A Chronologist
And
Fireball.
counterspell doesn't give you that much, because there's a coin in the hand of the priest.
Right,
So
yes. He can
when
always
you play a
counter it.
secret, he's coin it for.
Yeah. And even if there's no secret out, he'll just keep it until Lyra's around, and he can get a free spell from that.
So now you're never gonna play something big. So you test now for the quest.
Yes.
For the
Counterspell.
secret.
Yep.
So you coin, and that's a wasted secret right now. That's like this secret could prevented you from, I don't know, inner fire or purify
Right.
or whatever. It really could save you.
Yeah, the coin does change the dynamic here as well pretty massively.
It's
so.
very good played here by the priest. Like he's not like, nah, I'm just gonna play it safe. And even if there was, it wouldn't be triggered by the coin. He would attack with at least first,
Yeah.
and then play the Shambler maybe. Just like, whoa,
Nice stats from the Firelands portal here.
7/6, yeah. But on the other side,
Ooh, and obviously now you can't trade it anymore, so
Why?
no cheap minions. Well, you can't. I mean, you can't get rid of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're-
I mean-
yeah, but you have like a 5-mana
Yeah.
Doomsayer is not value at all.
Right. But you
It's
can
just
just
like-
fireball the 5/5 and trade the 7/6, right? And then you can also use your rest, like 4 mana for Ice Block or something. I assume that's what's going to be happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
exactly
priest
what
is
we'll
now really struggling to get his job done.
Yeah. Although double radiant,
the Radiant Elemental into Power Word Shield.
double radiant elemental can be pretty nasty.
Yeah, you play Cleric with Radiant Elemental and Power Word Shield the Cleric, I guess.
Yeah.
Or?
Unless I'm not sure
Do you?
actually.
Injured?
Okay, he's keeping up to the Radiant Elemental.
He's looking for Lyra, right? Like you get Lyra and double radiant elemental. Like you just, it's like auctioneer. You just like run away and just crush, like get a massive row of spells and hope you can find something useful to pick up.
Do you go here with the double? I don't like it.
Purify your 3/2 here if you just want to cycle. because I'm not sure how much the 1 damage will actually help him against the Freeze Mage. Yeah, that'll trigger. I mean, you can heal now. Yeah, that gives you a control at least. The mage will be more than happy to get 7 damage onto that. And then just 1 volcanic potion.
And ping.
And ping, and the board is clear again. I mean, there's no nice follow-up from this, unless you just play a Doomsayer onto an empty board still. But otherwise, that might be the way to go, I guess, to play the Doomsayer. Yeah, you just want to prevent the combo. Yep.
It turns out to be not that bad.
You shadow vision. You steal him and purify him. And then you've got an inner fire target.
Would have been a decent good play.
I think so, right? You have an inner fire target. And it stays on your side.
He wants to keep on his spells now.
I guess.
Oh,
yes. Yes,
I
because...
don't see it. I don't see it, really. So now you play into... Why you don't play the use? Are you afraid of Medivh?
I'm not sure. Right, you can use it for Medivh. AK-69 just fast-picking the discovers here.
Not even thinking for a second.
It's nobody's business.
Ungoro pack, and open these Ungoro packs.
Wow, that's value. And there's a golden Lyra. And also...
Tyrannus. How's it called?
Tyrannus. But also, Explore Ungoro. What's it called? Sudden Genesis. Oh no, sorry. Sorry. Oh, the graphic looks very similar. Okay. Well, also Stubborn Gastropod. But yeah, Lyra.
So next
extra
time
Lyra
we're gonna
pickup.
see Lyra with 2 Radiant Elementals, I guess.
Yep. And then a load of spells.
Living Mana is pretty good.
Oh.
You don't know there's the other Volcanic Potions, or you just go for the Living Mana?
Yep. But still, Volcanic Potion doesn't hurt you so much. It'll be your turn again. It'll be 10 mana again, and everything will be fine. So, yeah. But still, a really nice pack here for Zero. With the Lyra and the Living Mana, Tyrannus, not bad either.
Is pretty good.
Yeah, it's just...
Sudden Genesis.
And what can a mage do against Tyrannus? Like, obviously he's a Freeze Mage. Like, you can Doomsayer Frost Nova or something, but...
The Tyrannus?
Yeah.
There's no natural counter in this deck.
Right? But, like, there's no, even... Yeah, you just can't
Frost
target
Nova
it.
Doomsayer.
That's the only thing, right? And we've already seen one of the Doomsayers being used. We haven't seen any Frost Nova yet. So, wow. It's a pretty good pack for Sarah here. So, might be pulling ahead with a 2-0 here.
Maybe. We don't know.
We'll see what's happening. So, yeah. I guess AK-69 is debating here what to do. What kind of potion here is... Like Alex or any... Like
there was no other play.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And now... He's... Yeah.
Silence. Okay, you go for Lyra.
Unfortunately, though, the Mana Worm has got 1 mana too much. But you've found the silence, and that is enough to start off the chain of spells here coming in. Yeah, that's disgusting.
What do you got?
And we're seeing Potion of Madness being picked up. We see Purify, Divine Holy Nova coming in. More Purifies happening.
Yeah, it's just gonna cycle
Dragonfire
through
Potion coming in. Shadow Word Death coming in. It's just, yeah.
Mind Games, pretty good.
This is just, now you're out of mana, but still.
No, you just can go, yeah.
Oh, Forbidden Shaping coming up. Another Potion of Mad. Divine Spirit, yeah. This is just, yeah. Oh, and there's the Inner Fire? No, that's a Fort Steel. This is crazy. Good old Lyra. More Shadow Word's Death.
There's nothing at all what the mage can do.
No Inner Fire here.
No, he can't do nothing. There's a 320 Lyra and he's just like, okay, well, I'm fucked. Okay, he can clear 1 wallet.
But still.
One Radiant Elemental.
Lyra will continue. Also, he'll be able to copy Lyra.
Where's the Ooze? Oh yeah, he played the Ooze already.
He'll be able to copy this Radiant Elemental. If he hits straight with Sudden Genesis, he can summon a copy of a damaged Radiant Elemental. So he could actually have a second one here back again.
If he plays Mind Games, he's checking definitely for Alex Strasser.
Alright, yeah. trying
Oh,
to
Mind
find-
Blast, not too bad as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is Holy Nova once again. Yeah, this is... Well, he missed... Yeah. He missed his chance to summon another Radiant Elemental, but yeah, he must be feeling pretty good. And
So
now
you know
Alex. Now you're Alex.
Strasser him?
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, there's Unify. Oh, that's
bad.
sad, but...
You deaf. Okay, you're fine. You Holy Nova? Really?
So now
Okay.
you Fireball of Ice Block as the... If you need to play Ice Block again, right? You bring him down to... Oh no, that's not good enough. You need to bring him down to 10. To 8 actually, so...
You've got 9 damage on board. You're pretty fine.
Alright.
I mean, if you
But
heal yourself back up, yeah, you're fine.
But how can the mage kill the priest here? 19
You've
HP.
got you've got heal for ages because you go back the Holy Nova as well.
Right. He does gain an extra turn, and he does find another free damage. Wow. Well, he's trying to look for the big minions here. And we see Tyrantus coming out.
Okay, Master.
Master Spell, wow. Followed by Shadow of Death. I think there's a Death. Is there a Death remaining?
No,
Well,
no,
there's
no,
also
no.
a Stubborn Gastropod always remaining.
Uh,
But he doesn't know about the Fireball. So will this end with Fireball on Stubborn Gastropod and Tyrantus? Although you still have heal, right? But ping,
Yeah, but
ping is good enough.
No, you've got ping. You've got.
Oh, and you can Divine Shield. Maybe you Divine Shield the 1-2. No. He should have attacked first, right? Try and Divine Shield the 1-2.
Wait. Is there nothing more he can do with the priest?
2 more mana. He has no spell.
Holy
Nothing is cheap.
fire.
Nothing is cheap enough.
Yeah, it's
This is
over.
it. Oh, that's sad.
Excuse me, you
Well-
are on fire.
Just extended BM.
Mm.
Yeah. Few ways to do this. So wow. So AK69 comes back for this game. Succeeding with the mage against the priest, and wow. So mage victorious so far. Pretty cool game, pretty fun game. This endless Lyra combo, pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, but my thoughts were his endless Lyra combo went out of his thoughts. He just played, and he didn't really thought about what is going to happen.
Yeah,
What does the mage can do?
right.
Because he was not prepared for anything like coming out of a Medivh, coming out of an Alexstrasser, coming, you know?
Yeah, right. And the inner
There-
fire burn was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was really because he could have popped
So,
Ice Block immediately, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe he had to overthink his plays before he was like, he was getting the card and immediately played those cards.
Right.
It was not really like, okay, what am I gonna do now? What am I gonna do? Maybe there would be a difference in these in the end game.
So
But now we're gonna see a Jade Root facing up the Silence Priest.
yeah.
That's like pretty good for the Silence Priest because
Mhm.
you've got like cheap minions, like we see the 3 mana 4/8, what you can like just silence and have a 4/8 on turn 3.
Right. And that's just
that's
faster than any Jades can come out.
faster than any ramp even.
Yeah.
So.
Indeed.
You don't play your Radiant Elemental. You played, okay. I mean,
I mean, you can double. You can make it 6/6 next turn if you want.
not
but
now.
that's not happening, of course. Also Talon, Cabal Talon Priest. Would have been very nice here. No worries, you can just make this 22-22.
Wait. How much mana? You've had 4 mana next turn, right?
Yeah, well, you can
So
at least make it an
you
11.
silence it, and you buff it with Talon Priest.
Yeah. Oh, this could be really ugly for
You
AK69.
silence it.
Yes.
You buff it with the Talon Priest,
And next turn you have a 22-22.
and you trade it 2/3. Oh no, he's just going for it now.
Well, 16-16, turn 2 seems pretty good. Turn 4 seems pretty
It's
good.
2-turn lethal, turn 4, yeah.
Well, this is pretty ugly.
And it's over.
Oh god, I feel bad. I feel
That's what I said. Like the priest is faster than the jades.
I feel really bad for AK69 right now. That's just ugly.
And
Wow.
the priest is out as well.
I concede.
Wow. So that just happened. That was probably
Yeah,
the
that's
shortest
the
game
problem. That's like
this evening.
But it was like the perfect start for the priest. It was like
The hand was perfect.
the
yeah.
head was really good. There's no way he could go faster.
Yeah.
Okay, the radiamental was like kind of sketchy. If he had like a power shield and redraw anything else, it would be better. But
Right.
it's still okay. So we got a 2-1 score now.
Yep.
And we see what that Druid really can't do anything against it, because he lost through the last patch his mulch and has no hard removal anymore. Like a mage, like a
Right.
shaman got hacks and blah
Nothing.
blah blah blah. Execute on warrior.
Nothing
and
there.
Sap on rogue. Even just destroys a priest. If you silence and buff it up, you just sap it. And
Right.
you just say, okay, you've got the combo one more time. So what's gonna happen?
So anyway, we're back
We've
now.
got the Jade Druid.
Yep, and the Quest Rogue once again.
Yeah, that's the question of the round of 16. Pretty accurate.
Yep. So obviously, Quest Rogue, nothing special. Unfortunately,
So
an early vanish once
He's
again.
AK 69. 96.
AK 69.
69.
69.
Is like one game away to get kicked out of the tournament.
Yep. Yeah,
If
very
you
close.
reach the round of 16, out of 50 players, you don't want to lose the first matchup. You don't want to go now.
But still, he's come pretty far already.
Yeah, but you don't want to go now. That's like, no, not going to happen.
Yep.
So, what we have here?
Well,
Do you even...
pretty bad hand for AK69 here,
You go
unfortunately.
face, you go trade, and you're fine.
He did manage to get some ramp up early, but now, like, I mean, Jade Spirit's off curve this turn, then Arya, then the Curator. I mean, you have got a curve available here.
No, you're gonna...
But you got a Wrath, right?
Jade Spirit gives you more, because you got a 2-2.
Oh, you mean,
You got
yeah.
a 2-3 and a 2-2, so you can trade off the board.
Yeah, no, I think either Jade Spirit
But
or...
you have to think for your own gameplay, and don't think... If you play now Jade Druid in this matchup,
Yeah.
you have to follow your own game plan. Don't play the game of the rogue. That's the most essential thing. So try to ramp up your Jades, try to stabilize through your taunts, and get as fast as possible your Jades over 5-5 stats.
Okay. So you...
If your
yeah.
Jades are higher than 5-5,
Right.
you
Quest
win the
Rogue.
trades.
Yeah, Quest
you win
Rogue.
the trades.
Right. They can
So-
trade 2 for 1 usually. Yeah.
So you're just going now for Jade Spirit, then you go for Arya, and you're 3-3. You're
Right.
4-4. You're one away to get even trades
Right.
with Quest Rogue.
You just want to get them as high as possible, as early as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the only really good out you have here in this match.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, the Quest Rogue is just gonna play his game, bouncing up and down again his minions.
Right.
And you're just sitting there like, fine. I guess I'm gonna lose.
Yeah.
So what's the?
Ooh. Not yeah.
He's not with a weapon.
Arya.
So now you play Arya.
Yeah, never wild growth here. Much too slow, I guess.
No, you've got Arya into taunt. It's
Sure.
good.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm just saying wild growth. I don't think changes this at all, right?
Yeah.
Unless you want to board clear here already a bit, but that just
You
puts
could,
that just puts your game plan back a bit, right? Like your.
but it slows down the Quest Rogue as well. I think it's reasonable to go play like this, but you're wasting 1 mana, and you're not that afraid of this board he gets. So an Arya play would be maybe better,
and
but
yeah.
you're in a decent standing to play next turn Curator, just like a 4-6 casually. And
Yeah. Well, preps available for Sera as soon as the quest is done. So, yeah. I don't know. It could be either side's game. Like, could be the last game for AK69, but could also be the equalizer for him. So
Yeah.
it's not very clear yet so far what this is going to be. Yeah, strong hand though.
It's hard to say who's gonna take it.
Really strong hand from AK69 now. Like, you can just Curator this turn, Permo your Drake next turn.
You're gonna Curator, you're going... or you go Arya now, because there's no really threat from the enemy's board, and there's going to maybe gonna be a Vanish, and if he's going to bounce back your Arya, you've got immediately your 4/4 and then 5/5.
Right. Yeah.
So
And we see a lot of board clear here now being right available.
Yeah.
The double primary dual Drake is like
it's
really nice for him.
really good.
Yeah. And he actually
Wait. What?
preps Vanish here.
Prep
No.
Vanish, okay. Yeah, he has to
And then Shadow Step.
bounce. He has to complete the quest now.
Right. Shadow Step self second. Yeah. Indeed.
So he's playing it, attacking.
Yep.
Shadow Step, play it. You've got the quest. You're
Indeed.
fine. You're now fine.
Right.
So now you've got the as Jade Druid. You see, okay, the quest is now done.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, he's wanna playing next turn and have a 5/5 charger.
I guess. Yep.
So
That's fine as well.
You know what's coming down next turn. So you go for you have to go your Jades now.
Yeah.
So you go White Grove.
Yeah, I get. Well, no, I'm not like the wild growth.
To go as fast as possible.
What does the extra mana gain you next turn? Like,
You're at 10. You can Primordial Drake Wrath.
but you won't Pyramidal Drake against the 5/5, right?
You Primordial Drake Wrath clears a 5/5.
Right. Yes, I guess. Right. Okay.
And what gives you now
Right.
to squeeze in your hero power
I
to
guess.
give 1 damage
Yeah.
to connect
And you
to a
don't
rogue
need
face.
you don't need additional card draw, right? Because
Yeah.
you had a huge card advantage anyway already. Yeah, I guess that's a fair point.
So
Okay.
the White Grove was really big here as
Right.
Isaac. I think it was really big. Okay. Anyway, he can trade off two things. If you go Primordial Drake into now, you can trade the whole board because you got the Hungry Crab to clear up the Murloc.
Right.
So
That's actually
it's actually good.
It's actually not too bad.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
It actually didn't make too much of a difference. Yeah. Yeah. So you Drake.
Just if you didn't play the Murloc, like played something else, there was
Yeah.
like a huge difference in the play. But now you're
It's very
actually
nice.
fine. It's
Yeah,
just like
Very nice for AK69.
the next
yeah.
Jades out of your Jade Spirit is gonna be a 5/5, so you can test them. So actually, you're done.
So AK69 is in a really good spot now suddenly. So Jade Behemoth is available next turn. Jade, yeah, he can play Jade. Yeah, he can play 2 Jades next turn as well. Jade, yeah, Jade Spirit, Jade Behemoth. Yeah, that was pretty good for him right now.
Not
So
too bad, no.
we might see the equalizer here, coming to a 2-2 and a close series here between
Last
Sarah.
Vanish.
Yep. Patches
I'm in
is
charge.
quite a bit more terrifying if he's a 5/5.
Nah, you just know Primordial Drake Wrath for 3,
Yes.
and you're fine.
Right. But
out.
like he just feels.
Okay, he's not doing it. Okay, you
just
just both
play
vanishes are out there, no saps on the stacks. You can just play a Taunt on the action.
And you just want Jades, right? You just play Jade Spirit with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just try and get your Jades out. Like you're like your 5/5s are nice, but my Jades are even better.
Yeah. Now that we're in the break point where the Jades actually beat maybe the quest rogue. But
Yeah.
now there's
6 health. He might as
actually it's interesting because you can get through the taunt and deal another 5/5 face damage. And where
Ooh, because of charging
yeah,
patches.
he's
right.
now
Oh
at- wait. Now the
wait, what?
order
Oh, he didn't combo correctly. He could have put him down to
Yeah.
1 here.
and
No.
like I would say now there's a difference between the 1 damage he poked face with the 1 armor. You know, you remember?
Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
he would be dead.
Yes. Oh. Right.
So he's alive.
Wow.
because
Sarah's. Oh, the misplay here is. Oh, very. You could have pinned him down to 1. Because there was no way Zero's going to die this turn. He could have easily put him down to 1/1. Oh. Well, so AK, yeah. Oh, Zero will really
It's
bite.
over.
Zero will really bite himself if he looks at
So
this
it's
replay.
2-2 now. It's draw.
Wow.
And our first game of the round of 16, it's a draw.
It's nearly
Until
over.
now.
it's
It's
nearly
2-2.
over. Yeah.
And what's our last matchup? We've got the Rogue against the Warrior. It's Pirate Warrior against Rogue. Am I right? Yeah.
Yep, indeed. Because we
so
just saw. Yep.
it's definitely favored for the Pirate Warrior. So Sarah is shortly away from getting kicked out of the tournament.
Indeed.
Mm,
Yeah. Wow. Or AK69. Either.
no. Definitely
You think because definitely...
No,
yeah.
no, no. The only way really consistently beat quest rogues is aggro deck. And
I am
there is
aware.
no better aggro deck than Pirate Warrior.
Right. Whereas
Because he's in charge.
it's pretty lopsided, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't keep anything here in the Pirate Warrior side, do you?
Upgrade possibly? I think possibly upgrade. But no, yeah, you don't. I don't play too much Pirate Warriors, so. Yeah. Yeah, it's just because this is a dead turn now. Like.
Job's done.
Yep.
I mean, he was looking for his rusty hook somewhere, but it was nowhere to be found. And yeah, Caverns below once again. Ooh, this is not the hand AK-69 reads right now. Like he literally can only heroic strike or armor up.
No, you armor up.
So
You've got next turn and forthing berserkers. Oh, okay. Never mind. He's more.
He needs to race, right? Like 2 armor will not change anything against a quest rogue.
But the 4 damage phase?
I think so. You just need, yeah, I think so. Like you need to get every single point of damage, and you can get. I think I agree there. Yep. As we learned last game, every single point counts. Yeah.
And the combo was misplayed, so never
Yeah,
mind
that was so bad. Like I feel
never mind that.
He'll really be unhappy once he watches.
Okay,
Well, maybe yeah.
So you shadow step you. Oh, he has the quest done.
Drink with me, friend.
Right. Yeah, so much for Pirate Warrior.
No. He has 2 turns now.
Right.
Because there is no how's it called? Prep.
Yeah. I mean, if you get haven't even got a weapon to suddenly bring out all your Dread Corsairs. So like this hand is just, you can barely have a higher cost hand as a Pirate Warrior. Like put 1 or 2 Naga Corsairs in and like, oh. Yeah.
Yeah, you charge here, you clear the board, you go crazy.
Yeah. You need to charge. You charge of a.
Yeah, you charge. Yeah. Yeah, you charge then.
Wow.
Yeah, this trade, this goes there, this goes there. And you got a 6-1 Berserker, which is just getting killed up. And there's the prep. Oh my.
We haven't even seen patches yet. Because there was no pirate being played by AK-69.
This is gonna be painful now.
Yeah.
Because he's prepping. 2 mana, he has 2 mana away, and he's got 4 5/5s on his board, and out of it has a taunt. So literally, this is how's it called? This is it.
Yeah.
Why you trade? Just go face. So yeah, actually it's pretty much it. There's nothing out of these horrible start of the Pirate Warrior.
Yep.
Okay, now what you do? You play Arcanite Reaper, hit the 5/5 taunt, play your Dread Corsair and go face. That's the play, isn't it?
I'm not sure. I mean, you haven't got too many alternatives. Like everything else, yeah. I mean,
Arcanite
right,
Reaper, open up the taunt, play Dread Corsair, both, and go face. You have to go face now.
Yeah, because there's I don't see a way actually this works out right. Because like there'll be like 4 5/5s coming out next turn. That's just not enough damage, and taunt is available as well. Like this
so
is
5/5 into 5/5.
Yeah. Ouch. Indeed.
So you go with your Arcanite, you buff your Arcanite Reaper, you go through the taunt. You clear nothing, you die. Wait,
mean,
wait, wait,
silence is there,
wait,
but
wait, wait. You silence this. You
Yeah.
have 9, 10 damage.
it's just,
10 plus 4 makes 14 is not enough.
it's just not good enough here.
No, it's over.
Like,
Actually, it's over. Right now.
now you can still trade 1 damage, like, but yeah, then what's the follow-up, right?
Look,
Like, he's
hand,
not
look at the hand of Sarah.
Right,
He's
he's
just
not- he's
throwing
not-
5/5s around him, like 5/5, 5/5, 5/5.
Right, he's not
And as
technically
Pirate
dead,
Warrior,
but
you're just like, okay. And the strong thing here is in the quest rogue, he put in like good against aggro decks. He put in the Tar Creeper and even the Bilefin. Like he get 4 taunts in this deck.
indeed.
And it's like, you see, Pirate Warrior is just like, what I'm supposed to do.
So he does decide, obviously, to go for the trade here, and like if he can pull a
Wait, wait,
heroic,
wait, wait,
yeah, the
it's
charge is
lethal.
fair. Yeah, that's lethal with the charge. Like if he would have pulled another, not a heroic strike, a mortal strike, could have been possible, but yeah. So we
Cancer
see.
deck, Cancer deck beats Cancer deck, I suppose.
That's it. So we see Sarah going 3-2 over AK69.
So AK69 is out.
Right.
Sarah is still in the match, and we are
Yeah.
looking forward to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, we'll be swapping up the casters a bit, but before we do that, let's take a brief look at the bracket as is right now.
Okay, doke.
So we see some of the other games have already completed. We see
Killua.
Killua has been kicked out by Undead,
Mm.
Evian has been kicked out by Nuralkar, and Jasper has been kicked out by Full Collapse. So we already have, we already have quite a few of our round of 8 players ready, and we also know that Zera continued here. So yeah, so there's a few other players here, some of which we have already seen and casted today, some of which we haven't. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a few more good games of Hearthstone.
So we give the other players a bit of time now
Yes,
to
yeah.
finish their games, and gonna be back with the quarterfinals at the Pylon Cup in Hamburg
Yes.
after a short break. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. See you.
Oh, it's good to see you again. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
So hello again, a very short update from me. So the round of 16 has nearly completed. We're just a few minutes away from the round of 8 starting. I'll not be casting, but we'll have 2 other casters doing this. So stay tuned for the round of 8 in just a few minutes.
Oh, it's good to see see ya. Oh, it's good to see you again. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
And we are back with the Pylon Cup live from Hamburg, actually. I am once again here at Typhon Hawk, this time with a very special guest, Andreas, the organizer of the entire Pylon Cup. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm very happy, glad also to sit here with you. So actually, like, it's the first time we've been organizing this tournament, and yeah, it's a great success for us because we've been playing for a very long time. I personally am someone from for the esports sports time, like from when I was very young, I already started to play. So it's something, from Blizzard is with me the whole life, you can say.
And going with you, I know that feeling.
So from that time on, like, you were small, you wanted to participate in big tournaments, and you were already participating in school tournaments and all kind of stuff. But to organize yourself a tournament and from this size, it's spectacular and it's very motivating. I can give this feeling to everyone who's interested in organizing, because it gives a great feeling, and also to get the feedback from all the players and to support the players on their way, because they can play online, but to be here to share their experience with other players, this is something really special, and so I'm really glad we could make this event happen.
Yeah, it has been amazing so far. We still have a lot of players sitting here in front of us, basically, and we can see them playing and so on. I think we are already going into our next game. Our players did already start. We have actually, just to mention that really shortly, Loki playing against Full Collapse in the round of 8 here, and we will be going directly into it as they have started already. And you will be getting the game sound right now as well. So we are going over, and then in a second you shall also see the other side, of course. Yeah. So here we are with our round of 8, first match. We're already seeing the game going on, so we have a really fast start here into the game. And we are seeing, once again, Hunter going for the aggression. Nothing new in a Hearthstone game, right?
That's true. From the start, when I played this class, he was always rushing to the face. And I have to admit, when I was starting to play, it was the perfect deck to rush for gold, because in the beginning I was not interested in buying any cards, so I was just playing Hunter and just trying to collect my gold. And so I mean, it's a long time now, so already I have now quite a good deck, but nonetheless it remembers me of the old days. And if you see this way, you can see now also all those small animals, and it's still the same feeling when seeing it.
Yeah, I think we have actually a bug here that happens sometimes, so I will just shortly reconnect for you guys. So we are seeing the screen froze there, and the game was still going on. So we will be back in the game in a few seconds. Sorry for that. And then once we are there, you will be seeing on what is going on, of course. Yeah, there we are. We see the some cards have vanished from the board. The
That's true.
mana worm that we saw before is gone here, and now we are seeing the Doomsire here. So we are seeing this is quite a similar situation to probably what everyone has expected so far. You're playing the Hunter, you just want to go face. It's really simple, and then they're putting something down, and suddenly, yeah, amazing plan isn't as easy anymore.
What?
Luckily for Loki, he has actually a few ways to answer it. He can go for the safe clear with a kill command, or he could gamble and go for the crackling Wazamore and hope for a poison. But I think the kill command here is the clear answer.
Yeah, certainly there is options to clear the board. Then again, if you see the hand of the mage, you have the volcanic potion sitting there as well. So the mage is quite well equipped for whatever early aggression is coming on. So if you see the Unleash the Hounds, that's something that easily dealt with later on. And yeah, so for the Hunter, he has this combination ongoing that he's currently using. So certainly currently he is...
See him going, trying to get he doesn't get the poisonous there.
Yeah.
And he is going face because of that. Nice try, not working out in the end. Risk taken, but it didn't pay off. We are seeing all his minions die, but luckily at least he got the
That's
one
it.
once.
I mean, like what he got there from the Adept is not bad. Like he's still something on the board. So the aim of the round before was just to clear the whole board and just to get the presence now to play his board. But nonetheless, now he has still those 2 1-1s there, and yeah, you can say, well, who's favorite now? Actually, yeah, Hunter is also always in the danger of not having enough cards in the long run here. You can see the mage still having more resources later on as he can draw still those extra 2 cards. So this draw, what do you think about this one, Animal Companion?
I mean, Animal Companion has a lot of... the problem with Animal Companion is you don't know what you're getting, of course. It is amazing for the cost. All of the cards would fit into a 4 mana slot if you could just summon them by yourself.
Yeah.
And I think in this situation the problem is how do you deal with these 2 cards? Both of them can be really dangerous. Luckily for Loki, he actually has the bow here, so he can clear the Acolyte of Pain without losing, giving his opponent more than 1 card. So Full Collapse will only get 1 card out of here. And looking at the situation now, to me it feels a little bit like the attempt of a bait to weaken the board or just set up the board for the Volcanic Potion that we are seeing in the hand of Full Collapse here. And he can clear the board, but I'm not quite sure if that is what he really wanted to achieve in this turn.
Yeah, I agree with you actually. And yeah, also now to have this taunt, yeah, not sure if this is really the option he wanted, because certainly it gives not the pressure to attack pressure that he wants to the face. You see now the board is cleared, so there is also no combinations, crazy combinations going on for him. So Firefly, that's just a low investment that he has there. And also the Golakka Crawler, not really anything for this game. So he has to play it right now. And he builds up just his board again, but yeah, let's see what kind of answer the mage can find to this now.
Yeah, one thing I find interesting in the last turn there was that I think he had the chance to clear the Misha with the Primordial Glyph and the coin.
Yeah.
And then he would have still lost his mana of him, but only 2 1-1s would have been up. So his decision there was using the AoE to clear 2 1-1s more. And it's sometimes really interesting to see. Of course, it takes away some pressure from the board, but now there's already another threat onto the board from the Hunter, from Loki here. And sometimes it's really interesting to see, is it better to save it here and just clear the biggest threat? Because clearing Misha would have taken away 66% of the damage already.
That's true. That's true. But then again, also sure, you see now we have seen the next round coming, so we've seen now this board stage. So we know that now if you had played this AoE damage would have been perfect as well in the setting up. Well, yeah, and now just what we see here, like, is this the perfect what you would want to get from that spell? Like you got the 4-2 and rather you would want or expect something like a taunt to get from this.
Yeah, and we're seeing now Loki here trying to find a way to get lethal, but with no good options here, he will actually not be able to proc the Ice Block here. And that is, of course, really amazing for Full Collapse. This is one more turn that he gets in this game, and that is exactly what he needs to try and find some way back to to grasp this game and make a victory out of it. Trying to get the other ice block there, and he is lucky, he finds it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true. So
a
gives
little
him
bit more time for him now.
definitely more time. And yeah, from this point on, what do you think? Who's really favorite?
Yeah, it is really interesting to see. Of course, now with for Loki, we are he has to hope for some kind of top decks. This one is already a good one, getting the Tundra Rhino out here, and with this situation, he is able to try and keep up the pressure, because that's what it is all about for the hunter here. Mage now has gotten to a strong point. The strong point for Loki has ended with the early game, and now Mage is getting stronger. But the question is Loki able to still finish the game before Full Collapse can take it out of his grasp?
Yeah, definitely. And that's where the point starts of being professional, like having to count how much resource you have in the deck, and is it enough? Because if you calculate ice block, what is the other one called, giving you eight
ice block and ice barrier.
Ice barrier. So this is 2 resources, and then also you see already in his hand what you just drew is Alexstrasza, so giving you even more resources.
Yeah, and I think this one, the turn that we just saw, is an interesting one, because he just draw the Alexstrasza, and with Alexstrasza he could have set down Loki to 15 health with a fireball in his hand, which means 9 effective health left.
Yeah.
And the threat of Alexstrasza on the board, while knowing that he has an ice block up and a counter spell. So the chance to clear Alexstrasza is actually really, really small. And he didn't take that chance, and now he has lost a lot of life again. I mean, he's still in a decent position, I would say, because he can still clear the board, play the Alexstrasza, get his health back. But sometimes, and this is the situation where you have to decide how you want to go into the further game.
Yeah.
Because either you take the aggressive play and try to finish the game with your ice blocks, or now his entire game plan is to outlast Loki here.
Definitely. But you can see just from the emotion that he sent in the last round, he's quite happy with it.
Yeah.
So saying thank you, he's very confident that after the Alexstrasza turn, he's now in the lead. And yeah, his whole strategy is indeed, like you say, to outlast him. And that comes down to what we said in the beginning. Hunter is a class which, once drawing out of cards and then only slowly recovering with getting cards. And you see this draw. So how is this helping you to really bring him down? And well,
that's getting better. It's an improvement.
Well, I say it. Comes another card, but
yeah, still, this is not the situation you want to be in. There's still what it is. It's 12 damage on the board, so you're 1 point off lethal because of the hero power.
Yeah.
And I'm actually a little bit surprised that we are seeing Loki gamble here, hoping for the 1 damage not being found. And Full Collapse has the chance with a Primordial Glyph to find this 1 damage now. And
it is not. Well, another chance.
And it's for free.
Well,
get another chance for free.
It's maybe another chance.
Get another one.
And
that is actually not the...
it
yeah,
is.
of course, it is because of the...
reduced.
I forgot about that. Okay,
That's true.
there we see it. Full Collapse takes the first game with a victory over Loki here. And, I mean, that was already an amazing start to a best of 5 in Hearthstone, I would say.
You can see now, Full Collapse getting more confident there. I didn't actually, I have to say, as an organizer, I could not observe all the games, so you have, seen more than me, I'm sure, but he seems to be also a guy who likes to play with the emos, so let's see how he continues in the next round.
Yeah, and of course, as I said, I think that is an amazing start. 1 ice block getting procced, Alexstrasza coming in. That's not the situation that you have in most games. So already a really nice one here for us to start. But yeah, as we have a little bit of downtime before the next match will start, tell us a little bit about how did you start organizing this? How did you get to the idea about it, and what went into it?
Well, I can start actually. How did I get to the game? So it all started. It was on a Christmas visit to my family. And visiting my family also means visiting my younger brother, who's he's also like me, esports fan. And at that time he was playing Hearthstone. Until then I didn't even know what is Hearthstone. So I was there with my wife. My wife is not an esports fan. She got bored while we were there, so I said, "Come on, just go to my little brother. He can show you some games." And first we played like kind of Counter-Strike. That was not interesting for her because you're still must probably remember when you played on the first time on a keyboard, you were not even able like to look to the left, look to the right. And then he just showed her Hearthstone, and she was fascinated by it. And directly when we went back, she started to play, and I just also entered into the game. So that's the very start of it. So that's how we got to know Hearthstone, and then after playing maybe half a year, then we started to join the tournament in Hamburg. So I started to join. She didn't want to. She played more than me, but she didn't want to join tournaments. Nonetheless, then, from the playing experience, that's the one that set me up to say I want to organize a tournament. And then again, it's maybe not common because, but it's for me something different because I like to play, but there comes a time when I prefer to organize. It's like when I started to organize tournaments, it's rather from a board game which is called Go. So Go something in the media became famous because of AlphaGo, this big event of the AI beating the human in this board game. So I was organizing for many, many years Go tournaments, and then just, it came to my mind to organize also such a tournament. And that was 1 year ago. So, and here we are now. I'm very happy.
And I think we should go into the game now.
Definitely.
As we are seeing Token Shaman already putting pressure onto the Druid here. And of course, this is not good for Loki. He is already down to 21 health in turn 4. But he gets a good pickup. This is a good top deck. So or as some call it, skill.
Also, you need to have that luck skill in the game, that's true. And if you're here during the tournament, you hear all the time people saying, okay, I didn't have the luck. But then again, also you see the players who advance now to the final round. A lot of them is the players that you have also expected to advance. So it's, hard work also pays out in this game. So
of course, sometimes you have the unlucky run. We had one game earlier with the aggro shaman getting 2 evolves and 3 things from below, 1 from a Stonehead Defender, not a single card on the board. And then, of course, you can't do anything, especially if the opponent has the board and just clears all your stuff. So that can happen. Yeah. But it is just 1 in 5 games that you're playing normally. That's and if you have the mind, if you have the instincts of a tournament player, then you can still pull through here.
Yeah, definitely. And so, well, we see this, the board presence of the Shaman is still huge. And this card also helps him because you see he has only 3 cards currently on the hand. And to continue now drawing cards, that's something he's looking forward to. And actually, I'm very happy to see games again. Because for a very long time, even though I'm the organizer of this tournament, I have not had the chance to watch Hearthstone because I moved my flat, didn't have internet, and that was something I had to stop doing, not to spend on the internet. So but now having this event and watching games again, it feels very great.
Yeah, I can imagine that. It is always, I mean, going back 10 years, and if you would go to someone and say, I didn't have internet for 1 week, it was really weird. They would think you're crazy, but nowadays I think it's quite a common thing to happen. And
that's true. Like, I mean, it hurts not to have internet.
Yeah. But we are seeing the Fandral Stackham here, and it is of course a good one. He gets to clear the Mana Tide. A lot of the power to stay in the game for full collapse is in that Mana Tide totem there to draw extra cards.
I agree with you. Then again, it's a card that many players have difficulty to say when should I really play it, because the effects that you can combine with this card are really huge. So should I use it just for, as we saw now, or should I keep it? For example, Feral Rage can make a combination with this, and there's other cards. So I think also this is part of being a good player, to really know the timing of when to use such a card. And when I think back, also this was a huge mistake of myself when trying those professional decks, because of the thought that they are so valuable you cannot use them now, and waiting and waiting.
Yeah, that is, of course. It's always really interesting to see. In a way, you can see every card and every single minion you have on the board as a resource, and then you just need to know how important is this resource, especially. And that's something that I find always really interesting to see how the really good players know which resources, every resource is worth in the different matchups. Because something like a Shadow Death is a really simple example, which has a lot of value in the control matchup. But if you're playing against the Pirate Warrior, there's just the one Naga Sea Witch that you can actually use it on, so it doesn't really have any value, and you can use it the instant you see the card. Whereas in another matchup, you may be saying, okay, this is a target, but I have way better ones in the future, so I shouldn't use it. And that's really interesting to see.
Yep.
And here we are, seeing more totems getting dropped onto the board, and then the Stonehill Defender drawing the thing from below, getting dropped for free. That's always
Getting it
nice.
for free, yeah. Also, I always like that card because once you grow up, then it's so easy to play with. Actually, the turn before we observed for the Druid was a tough one because he had the 7 mana and nothing was really fitting well together. So now as the turn is 8, I mean, like we have 8 mana, so with the gadget, you can combine something at least. So this gives you a better feeling. So more options now, I would say, for the Druid. And so he's considering the Aya.
He's deciding to go with the Drake in the end. That's a really tough one. There's a lot of stuff that is surviving with 1 health here. And it always feels really awkward. If you're using your board clear and stuff stays alive with 1 health.
And I have to just ask, I mean, is this Shaman having still this Bloodlust? Is it a Bloodlust Shaman? Or because then again, definitely this decision from the point of view that Bloodlust might come down was a need, I mean, necessity. So I don't know.
Yeah,
is it a Shaman deck with or?
We don't have the deck list, so we can't say for certain.
Okay.
One thing to keep in mind here is the second totem didn't spawn another Murloc because he already had 7 minions on board. So maybe a little bit of a mistake here from the side of Full Collapse, because he just gives more cards away, and it feels like was not expecting this move. He's waiting here for a moment.
Well, yeah, to take 5 damage to the face.
Yeah, but I mean, it's better for
tough.
You don't want another 5 attacks going into one of your minions because it's
true.
So,
but he's considering, am I dying or not next turn? And but does it make a difference or not either? So,
yeah, but one thing to mention there with the Bloodlust play, and I wanted to say as well, is that I think there's also this moment where you have to accept, if he has Bloodlust, I lose the game, and for the single chance that he has Bloodlust, I may stay in the game, but in every other situation, I'm making myself lose. And in that situation, you have to, of course, don't play around Bloodlust, but accept that you will die against Bloodlust. And that is also something that is really interesting here. But so far, still Full Collapse, taking this game from start to beginning, full control, not Full Collapse, but full control actually.
That's true.
And yeah, I'm really interested to see if Loki will still find a way back into this game. They're still level 4-8 giant.
Definitely, that comes to your mind because he clears nearly the whole board, and so to come over this town, he has to sacrifice his 9/3. So it feels really great. Then again, you see, well, what is this? Evolve, devolve? Which
he
one
has
is
2 evolves.
It's evolve, okay.
And then the 1 mana pirate. So his hand is really weak now. He is running out of steam. Full Collapse is he is not in the best shape any longer. But we have to keep in mind, Loki cleared the board 2 or 3 times. I think he cleared a lot of the board with Swipe, and then 2 Primordial Drakes were used to clear the board. So a lot of resources committed here already. And now, this time, we are seeing the complete opposite of the last time. The last time it was Loki going in with the Hunter, trying to beat the Mage down. And this time the Shaman is hitting the poor Druid.
Yeah.
And so far the Druid did a really good job staying alive, actually.
Yeah.
And now there's... I think he's considering Gadgets on Auctioneer or Mod Taunt.
Do I play safe with the Taunt, or do I develop and play this Gadget on Auctioneer? But yeah, I think this is the better pick because you see in his hand the 2 evolve, and difficult to say. I mean, because the Taunt is the safer pick because definitely he might not die the next turn. Then again, from the resources, he still has the Nourish that can give him cards. The Area Blackfoot just to build a more strong board presence. And the Evolve, what do we see? We see 3 targets that can get stronger, and what is their, their mana cost. So you have like one mana cost. Well, right now they are dying, but nonetheless, I mean, it's also not really a good option for him. Yeah, so
And we see another one. But I'm wondering if this is the turn where you commit the Get-Get-Sun, because you get 3 cards from the white growth, and you have still 2 mana left. And at the moment, I feel like his options are really limited. I think you have 2 Get-Get-Suns in hand. You can commit 1. It is a huge threat for full collapse. So if he is incentivized to clear it, and you get a lot of new options, because at the moment he wants to get. Having a lot of 6 mana cards is probably one of the worst feelings in the world, because you're always floating 4 mana.
Just one of them
if you have only 6 mana cards, it's the same as playing an 8 mana card.
Yeah, true.
And this way, I feel like sometimes it's better to commit, as we said before. Commit the Get-Get-Sun, get it out. You lose one, but hey, you have in the second one. You have a nourish. It's not the problem for you to refill your hand, but get more options in
Yeah, but in a way also I can understand his feeling, because sure, there's a lot on the line. So currently this is the best of 8, and yeah, he wants to play it safe. He feels that playing this down, is a safe enough option. So because he developed at the same time this 4/4. So if you consider the Gadgeton, also it's just a 4/4 on the board. Sure, he develops, has more cards in the hand, but now he had the safe play with a taunt, plus the 4/4 is still now on the board. So yeah, I also like that play, I can say.
Yeah, and it works out in the end for him, as we are seeing right now. He gets the double draw from the red, now the innervate, and now the druid machine is starting.
Yeah, perfect. So he must be very confident right now.
Yeah, there we see it going. And I think full collapse, now is the moment where he is thinking about his name, maybe. Because this game is getting out of hand for him now.
Yeah, definitely. Well, is there any card that can bring him back? Let's see.
He has this one, of course. That's the double gangster. So he can get 3 6/6s, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
And then there's also still an evolve left, which can screw up the board for Loki.
Yeah, and he's using it now. So let's see what he gets. So
the Mode Lurker is not that ideal. 2 5/5s is also not really what you wanted. And the Get-Get-Sun survive. That is a huge problem now. There's still... He shouldn't play the Innervate now. He should play the Jade Spirit first. He will not get the 2 extra mana now. So...
Well, the swipe for the board... I mean, yeah, what does he need? So it's...
Yeah, there's a lot of options now.
I mean, his life total is 16. So what is the opponent? He has like 15, he has 90, 20, 22. 22 damage just on the borderline. He himself cannot bring him down, so he has to somehow clear the board now. And yeah, swipe is a good start for that. So now he can sacrifice one of his Jades just to kick the taunt.
Yeah, he can use the 4/2, which is a good trade. Then he has the 6/6 surviving, going into the 5/4 if he wants to.
Yeah, and here the Fairy Rage is something also that's what he likes to see, because being on this health total.
But he should have played. I think he should have played the Jade Idol first here, because now he is taking 2 fatigue damage. Otherwise, he would have just taken 1.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a misplay here on his side. But of course, that's always a problem. We see him saying the natural mistake. If you are playing this Jade deck, it is sometimes, if you're thinking at the beginning of the turn and then you start drawing your cards, you draw so many cards, and every single time you have to think about, is there a better option now? And it's taking a lot of attention away, and it is really hard to play these fast turns. We're seeing that paying his tribute here, a little bit of a mistake. But now he can still get out more Jade Idols. I think he should needs to shuffle once at least. So shuffle first is the easiest option, and then now he can just shuffle now. Yeah, he shuffles now. Okay, so now he can make at least 2 more if he wants to, or get a lot of health with the Earthen Scales.
That's what he's considering right now. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
So he's on 18 life, his opponent having 12 damage on the board.
And we see the Earthen Scales. So we have 12 damage on the board and another 12 from a potential Bloodlust. means he is definitely out of range
and
now.
so he plays safe, has now 26 in total, and yeah, we see this is not the answer, which can threat lethal now, can threat lethal maybe in the next turn. But then he has to consider his own life total. So he's now at 19, so 18 is on the board, plus the hero power, that's 19.
So he just didn't count at the moment.
Well,
yeah, he sees it himself.
now he sees it.
A little bit of a surprising end there, I would say.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with it. We have a 1-1 score. We will be seeing at least 4 games.
That's true, and yeah, after having not seen Hearthstone for so long, seeing such a game is also fun because yeah, also I like to play Druid. Druid, one of the classes the least played by myself.
Okay.
It took me a long time to just have those cards. As I said,
Yeah.
I started with a hunter, then with a mage, and yeah, slowly you start to discover other decks.
Yeah,
and,
for me it was actually, I think that I have 2 classes on 60, and this Druid and Priest, and the first one I got to 60 was Priest.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a gigantic fan of all these weird shenanigan Priest decks that are really ineffective but have their moments where they feel amazing.
Yeah.
So that's why I got them to the 60.
You have to love the Priest.
Yeah.
But also it's for us, as I said, my wife, she played more than me, and she loves the Priest. So no matter what season, no matter how weak the Priest was, she continued playing it.
Yeah.
And that's why it was also, I guess, our first class to become level 60. And
So
yes.
now we are seeing full collapse going with the Druid this time.
Yeah.
While Loki is actually back to the Hunter. In my brain, the Hunter had won the game, so I was really surprised that we see the Hunter. But of course, he lost with getting the ice block procced once, but then not being able to.
Indeed, and then the
deal enough
Alexstrasza, and yeah, so we see it once more, another try.
Yeah, and here we are, the idol once again. Sorry with the mouse there.
Yeah, so just wondering, do we see an equal deck of the Jade as we saw last round?
So
see.
far it is quite similar.
Yeah. And yeah, this is one of those cards you need against the aggressive decks, but yeah, when you have them against other opponents, just play them out early, because sure they are having a board presence, but
yeah, but for Hunter at least, we are seeing the Crackling Razormaw in hand, and you have the potential to make this 2-3 get way more aggressive than it looks like. And that is the nice thing for Hunter. He can include the Golakka Crawler and the, what's the other, the Hungry Crab actually. He can include them, and they are not completely disasters of a card in his deck, while Hungry Crab feels like a big investment in other classes actually.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, sure, it fits much better into a Hunter deck, that's for sure. And yeah, what do we see now? So this is the adapt function, and what would you choose?
I think the claws is the only one.
Just
you get 4 damage in.
More damage to the
You
face.
force your opponent to get the trade.
Yeah, because taunt what 4? I mean,
yeah,
and then can't be targeted by spells also what 4. So I mean, yeah, if your aim is to just go as fast as possible, well, what am I saying?
We're seeing the trade actually. Okay.
Whatever I wanted to say makes no sense. No, but yeah,
that happens. Don't worry about it. Okay, yeah. So here we are. We are seeing Druid do what Druid does best, ramping up, and then destroying all your dreams by having huge minions out in turns you wouldn't expect them to be there.
That is true, and that's very hard to overcome, and he has to invest a lot already to kill this taunt.
Yeah.
So,
one thing to keep in mind is next turn we have a Savannah Highmane, and the turn after we have another Savannah Highmane.
That's true. That's perfect card that you want to have on turn 6. So yeah, what resources we see on the other hand? So we have Innovate, we have Wild Growth, and Feral Rage. So none of them is really something that threatens you. So sure, certainly the Hunter doesn't know it, but yeah, from that perspective, one turn 6 on, the Hunter can build a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and that is probably as well why we see Full Collapse going into this early Jade Behemoth here, because he knows that the next turns can offer him something. And it's always better to play your cards proactive than reactive if it's a minion card, because this way you get the cheese the attack. Otherwise, if you're just playing them defensive, your opponent decides the trades.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's considering a lot, because either I clear the taunt or I build up this scavenger hyena with the Unleash the Hounds. And he decided in the end to clear the taunt. Yeah, what is the better way? So, I mean, he definitely thinks of the next turn. Next turn is for him certainly the Savannah High main. Well, I say certainly, but yeah.
Yeah, there's no... You could go with the Scavenging Hyena and to Unleash, but that is really awkward because you can't clear the Behemoth.
Yeah, you just make the Scavenger... I mean, you make it high, the Hyena, but what
yeah,
then?
And then it dies. So it's... meh. This way you have a Hyena... high main, which looks impressive and is impressive, so way better than the Hyena, which is only looking impressive and not really getting the job done at the situation. And this is really interesting.
And even though you saw the Hyena, the high main coming down, the Druid must be so confident. What he just drew was perfect. I mean, he has another big taunt, and you see the Savannah High main, once cleared, it gives you these 2/2 guys, and what does this taunt do? It just kicks everything that has 2 life. And yeah, so you have another swipe, another option just to clear whatever comes. And yeah, at the same time, your board presence yourself is, it's not bad.
Yeah,
so
and this is really nice.
But this is also a sick turn for the Hunter. Because look at those 2 guys.
He actually has lethal on board. The problem is Full Collapse has lethal already with his hand. So, really, really close here for Loki to get back into this game, and a really good effort on his side. But in the end, it is sadly not enough. And Full Collapse will once again get the lead in the series.
That's true, and I'm surprised I didn't even consider it. But once you said it's lethal, then I also saw it, but it took me longer. But it was lethal.
Yeah, I totally know that sometimes if you're really focused on this one
board
play,
presence.
But that's the interesting part. Even though we have more information, we know what is going on. Sometimes if you're like, as you're not looking at on the board from just one perspective, but you're changing perspective every single turn to see what can he do, what can the other player do. It is not as easy because you're not focused on winning the game, but just on analyzing. So
True.
It is. I know some of the casts we had, we were just discussing about a play, and suddenly the game ends, and we're like, "What happened? Whoops!"
Oops.
But that happens, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Good thing is we are playing Hearthstone, so it's all good in innkeeper bar atmosphere. So
and we found the perfect bar for that. I don't know if we had already the chance to turn the camera a little bit around. I don't know if the viewers had the chance to see the bar. If not, during the breaks, we always show this video, not video, let's say when we have the screen, there is pictures shown of the bar, pictures of the people. And it has really great atmosphere here. You can see just what we see here is everywhere around, from Lara Croft figures to the orcs of World of Warcraft to what is that? Spider-Man, Batman.
We have Batman. There we have Harrison Jones somewhere over there. We have a gigantic gecko hanging around.
That's it.
I mean, something that looks like Jurassic Park over here. So it's really nice.
It's like a theme park. You feel. And perfect gaming atmosphere, and maybe one day we can invite the guys from Blizzard just to come, so that they can see what kind of great atmosphere we are playing here. Next time, if you're a viewer and you didn't have the chance to come, don't miss it next time. I mean, you are invited to come, and certainly there will be another series of this cup.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's always a nice thing to be part of, and comment on how our players are doing and seeing the matches go on. But we're in the game already. Turn 2 happening. We are seeing the arcane missiles getting picked up here. It's not really the start that Loki wanted here, probably. I mean, the Flame Tank Totem in itself isn't that much of a danger. But as we're seeing now, it gets really hard to kill sometimes.
Yeah, if you don't deal with it and the opponent can develop behind it, then it gets a huge threat. And So another turn, and the flame totem stays up. And indeed, like the Arcane Missiles pick is not great, and yeah. From that point on, you see the Shaman developing his board, and yeah, it's also a matter of time. So he wants to push him down to just activate the trap as fast as possible, because then the mage is not having the resources. At least, yeah, you think he might not have the resources because you need to have also this perfect card pick. So
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of cards that can still help you, but does the opponent have them or not? And yeah, the quicker you are, then the higher the chance he might not have.
Exactly true. And I think what was also a little bit, maybe not misleading is the perfect word, but I'm going with it so far. The misleading here is that the Flame Tongue wasn't cleared before. So this means that there's no Frostbolt that can clear it.
Yep.
We are seeing the totem the secret getting played, and Furkorps is saying, okay, if he couldn't clear a Flame Tongue totem, how are the chances that he can clear a Flame Tongue and the Mana Tide next turn?
Yeah.
And if he can only clear once with a top deck or something like that, it means the other one is still getting a lot of value. And these two are two of the most influential early game cards for the Shaman. So he played them both, didn't pay off in the end, as there were two Medieval Valets clearing them out. And I'd say really good turn for Loki. He gets back into the game here a little bit.
True. At the same time, yeah, let's look at his resources. So what does he have? At turn 7, there's the Flame Strike going on. Also he has the Violence Portal, but equal. So both is on turn 7. The Frostbolt that we talked about, he has it now on hand. So directly being used.
Yeah, he can drop one thing from below, which is a lot of damage gone from the board actually.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and now back to full collapse. He has Aya Blackpaw, and it seems like it's an easy decision. No, he's actually okay. This goes with the other player here, developing more of a smaller board. And so far, we haven't seen a single Bloodlust in both of their Shaman decks, right?
True. We were all time just talking about it, and pressure, the fear that this gives in a deck. But yeah, if we see this now, well, I haven't played a long time, but yeah, what is the usage of now playing this pirate? Even surprised there was a pirate, but I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, Shaman and this pirate were a long time being played, but just now in this situation definitely feels odd. But certainly it has its right in the deck. It just right now not really visible.
Yeah, the problem is he of course didn't draw the patches first. He had the smaller ones, Bloodsail Book and Corsair first. He drew the patches and he just used it as 1 mana, 1 damage here. Got the clear with it, could save a little bit of his better board, and that is of course, I think Patches has less than 50% win rate when drawn, which shows that this is a card you really don't want to draw.
Yeah, so now we're turn 7, this turn that we talked about, so now it starts that his high cards start to kick in. So yeah, Flame Strike is the option to clear all except 1.
Yeah, so to me it feels like either taking damage with a Flame Strike and the thing from below surviving, which is 5 damage, or you clear the thing from below, take less damage, but allow your opponents to draw more cards, because the Mana Tide stays up. And we're seeing Loki deciding here that he can take the damage, but there's already a refill for the board.
Yeah, and also if you see the board now, so Flame Strike would be ideal as well in this turn. The difference would have been another 5 damage from the thing from below. It's a calculation you need to do, because apart from the 5/1, what was on ground? I mean, there was just little minions. Maybe I don't remember it. What exactly there was, but I think it was just. You see, it was not much there. Maybe +2 extra damage, and so. Not easy to say, was it the right move, or should I have maybe used the Violence Portal just to kick this thing from below? Yeah.
We see him going with the Flame Strike, and now, as you mentioned, the problem is the board is already there again. And if you clear if you use the Violence Portal, you at least have some board pressure. Now this isn't an option for him. And does he have an option to still clear the Mana Worm, or is he ignoring it? Okay, so he's ignoring the Mana Worm.
He is, yeah.
these things can get out of hand fast.
Yeah,
I mean, there's only 3 cards, which makes it a little bit harder. But of course, Arcane Intellect at the perfect moment, he can refill his hand if he wants to.
yeah, but I think he feels like the clock is ticking, so he wants to bring him down as fast as possible.
I mean, the Pylon's Bottle is also a good option. You clear the Black Paw. There's only a 2/2 coming out. You can clear that with your Mana Worm. You can still ping one, or you could. I think you even clear the Totem, right? You clear the. Okay, he's going with the aggressive
the most
play.
aggressive version you can choose.
Okay, so Loki not afraid. We saw full collapse going.
That is. There it is.
Okay.
The one that we were waiting for. So.
Okay, so how does he do it
Well,
now?
the Aya kicks the dragon, no?
Yeah, he has to clear the dragon.
The little ones go, okay.
Does he still have enough damage to pop the ice block? It should be, right? That's apparently he's faster in calculating than I am, because he already has made his mark. Yeah, so
it's enough. Yeah.
perfectly done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see the bloodlust, and we see why it is feared here.
So it is in the board.
Yeah, it is in the
Needs
deck.
to be feared. Well.
It is not the card that you need right now.
Well, draw a secret. What could it be? So you have the ice block already on hand, and did he play already 2 ice? The other one?
He played the other ice block.
No, the other
the
ice
barrier.
thing,
I think the ice barriers are still in the deck, but they can't save him against what is on the board.
Sure.
Okay, so this is the all-in play. He has still, I think, 15 cards left in his deck.
Yeah.
So if he has a Pyroblast, he can still win the game. If he has to draw with Arcane Intellect, which options still win him the game? He has 7 mana left. So if he draws a Frostbolt and a Fireball, he also wins the game.
And does he still have this, what is this 2 mana card making you draw spells? I mean, choose one of 3 spells.
Primordial Glyph.
Yeah, I mean, because that
He
can
could
also give you
still use
reduced.
that.
Yeah,
He is not even trying to get the Arcane Intellect.
Then
So because we only saw for 1 Frostbite and no Fireball, so there was still the option for him to end the game, I think.
well, he knows his deck.
He
knows his deck. He must have thought not.
Okay, so we are seeing Full Collapse taking the game.
Yeah. Oh,
2-0.
Oh, that's so quick.
3-1.
Oh, sorry, that was so quick.
Yeah, I think it was actually
Really?
nearly an hour, something close to an hour.
Okay. I
But
feel like we just started, but
yeah.
it is already over. Okay.
It can be a fast one sometimes, or at least feel that way. Yeah, so
Yeah.
once again, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope all the viewers, of course, also enjoyed seeing the man getting everything organized over here.
Yeah,
and
big pleasure also for me to sit here and also to say hello to you viewers. And once more, so if you want to be part of this tournament next year, then you just come. You've seen this tournament now from this perspective. Next time, be with us. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. And those guys, I mean, I have to really thank a lot, because
some shameless self-plug. How can we find you? Or the Pylon Cup.
Well, I mean, our web presence is still alive, so it is www.pylon. What is that one? Cup.com. That is the presence we have. So, I mean, we had a Facebook page. Then again, well, it's a short story, but Facebook blocked me because I didn't use a real name, and then they blocked me on and on.
Okay.
Anyway, so we have a Facebook presence, but once I'm unblocked, I will make it also again more alive. Until then, so there's the internet page. We will as well make a report about this tournament with pictures, and let's see where we will post it. I mean, Team Liquid or Liquid Hearth is a place definitely with whom we are in contact, and also from Blizzard we got to know a lot of the people right now. They supported us as well. And they are also happy that this event takes place. So let's see what in the future, what more collaboration we can do. And this is the first start with this tournament. So it can still become bigger. There is still space here to grow. But that's not our, main issue. For us, it's just that players are happy. And yeah, we got such positive feedback here, and that's the one that makes me happy. And yeah, once more, you just stopped me, but I wanted to say once more. So I am very happy, and thank you a lot that you are here and supporting this tournament, because to have a professional streaming team, that's really a necessity if you want to bring the tournament closer to you guys out there. And yeah, so thanks a lot.
Yeah, I'm glad we can be a part of it, and of course also a big shout out to Blizzard for creating such an amazing game and allowing all of us to make tournaments inside it.
Yeah, and as I said, it's not this game. Blizzard is there from our childhood on.
Yeah. So yeah, that is it for us. For this segment, we will be back with the semifinals featuring at least full collabs. And let's see if we have already some other players in. Yeah,
let's just check the brackets right now. I don't know if we can show it also to the,
we can,
to the viewers.
Show it to the viewers. Let me just find the right scene over here.
It's really amazing, this techniques from nowadays.
Yeah, so we see full collabs taking his game, as we saw on stream. And then Lezazi winning against Nuraika.
Oh, that's a big thing.
Yeah, one of
Nuraika was one of the favorites in this tournament.
And really known, good known player, at least here in the North German Hearthstone scene.
Yeah, North German scene, definitely one of the favorites here, because even when he shows up, you can see, he comes with a tricot, he has the German flag on it, so it's impressive.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive. The first time they showed up in our tournament, we were like, okay, things are getting serious now, in a way.
That's true. And even other players got to me and say they were so surprised. They thought it's like a fun tournament, and then they saw these professional players. I said, no, don't worry. It's just you can enjoy the tournament. And sure, some people take it more serious than you, but it's okay. And so he dropped out. So Lezazi is someone I personally, didn't know until today.
Yeah, and then of course we still have Zara playing against Heavy and Undead fighting against Coloss Boss.
That's true.
For a place in the semi-finals.
Yeah, and also one more word to this. So what you see here, you see in the bracket that for each group, it was represented by a color. And so from each color, so we had 8 in total, 8 groups. And also we had 8 areas inside this gecko bar. So the players had their own area. With, that was marked by that specific color. They had also on their arm, they had these armrests which were in the specific color. So they could build their own identity with their group. So they can really, later on say, I played in group blue, and from my group, it was, as you can see here, it was Mr. Q, and the other one from blue is, K-Puck, who was, playing with me, and he beat me, but it's okay, he's advancing now there, and I can still, if I have still a good emo against, I can still cheer for him. So, that's the whole idea that we had behind this when we designed this tournament. We wanted players to play their games, as I just said, for fun players, that they play their games and meet other players even more ambitious. But at the same time, that still they can grow some connection between them. And so big aim was when they leave, either they continue to watch the stream and say, hey, this is this person, I got to know him here in this tournament, or even they stay here and continue to to cheer him on. And we saw this. We saw that there was groups which really connected together, and they were cheering even for their players. And that's also was a big aim of this tournament, just to bring the community closer together.
Yeah, and I think it really worked well. We had a lot of discussions with the players where they said, I think this player from my table is really good, and it was a lot of fun playing against them. And it is always nice. One thing I can mention here is that a lot of players I'm speaking to, if they are showing up for a tournament the first time, they say, I really wasn't sure if I should go because I feel like I'm not that good of a player, and I don't want to be the one losing in the first round and then everyone being, you just lost. And I have never experienced this in one of the tournaments I've been to, and I've been to 20 or probably between 20 and 30 Hearthstone tournaments so far as a player and as an admin or as a commentator now. And I've never experienced that, and it is always really nice to meet players that share the same passion in a video game like Hearthstone. And normally it is nice, you can talk with them. If you're the one of the few players that is less experienced, you can even ask the better players, and normally they're really open to sharing some of the strategies that they're using and explaining how the game works. So it is a really nice way to connect to the community and find more humans in a way that share the same interests as you do.
Yeah, and also, I still remember my first tournament experience in Hearthstone. So it was a single elimination bracket, and you come there as a new player, and you have high expectations. You want to at least play your games, and then in the first round, just you drop out, and it could have been even the bad luck, just you didn't draw the right cards, and then what? You just go home, and you're not even motivated to stay there. Why? I mean, like, sure, you can watch other players, but that's not what you came for. And it was not a good experience I had. So I just went home. I thought, this is not the tournaments I want. And so from that time on, it started in my mind. Just you have to create something different, something that people can really share the experience. And no matter how good or bad they are, they have their 5 rounds, and they shall enjoy the game. And don't have that pressure. And as well, don't be afraid of other players. Like, it was also from the design, we thought, do we make a huge hall and everyone is just sitting anywhere? They can choose the space, a place where they want to sit. And then, from that point of view, how do you connect to the other players? And then also you're a new player, you come into that room, it feels overwhelming. But if you're just in a small area, and like a small mini tournament, much easier to connect to those other players. And that's the idea.
Yeah, I think it worked out well in the end. We had a lot of players enjoying the groups and discussing a lot about it. And I think it is also nice because it makes it easy for the tournament administration to find the players that are playing against each other.
Oh, certainly.
As we have now talked a lot about the tournament afterwards as well, and
also
shown you the bracket once more.
Yeah, we've seen the bracket. I don't know if the viewers, if anyone has any questions on it, they can feel free also just to ask us in the chat.
Yeah, of course.
So whenever, I don't know, is there any way that we can see here
we have the chat.
Anyone has any questions?
See, so we have a little bit of a chat here. So this is what happened in the last few minutes. We see Ice-T watching now, probably from home, or is he still around? I don't know.
Yeah, he also was in the tournament, I remember.
Yeah, and it's always nice. It's one of the nicest feelings if you have the tournament and the players go because they left, but they're at least coming back to the stream and showing some support there. So thanks again to Ice-T, of course, one of the players that has come to actually a lot of our tournaments by now and actually won one. So nice to see him here, but I think this is it for us.
Yeah,
we will be going for a short break, waiting for the rest of the round of 8 happening, and then we will be back with the semi-finals for you guys to see.
That's perfect. That's perfect. We see no questions here. That's why we do not have to reply to them. So we thank for your interest, and see you later.
See you soon.
Treating me like one. Listen to me, mija. Get the flour and get back quickly. No stops. Fine. I worry about Alejandra every day. No longer a child and nowhere near grown up. She is at a crossroads. I tell her about the heroes who saved our world time and time again, because I want to give her hope. But I'm afraid that she could be forced to make a choice that will decide the direction of her life.
Hey, Ale! Where you going, girl?
Nowhere?
Nowhere's right. Come here. You gotta see this. Here. Here. Look at this thing. Give him what he deserves.
I don't know. I've gotta go.
Come on. Do it! It's just a bucket of bolts.
I have to go to the store before it closes or my mama's gonna kill me.
Oops. It's gonna be hard without any money, Nina.
Come on! Give me the bag! I need it!
Let's go!
Hey! Where are you going? My money! Ah!
No! Yo, go check that out. Hey, come on, compa, get up. Who's that? You see anything? Who's there? Enough games, perro! Come out and fight! No, please, please!
These aren't your strengths anymore!
No, please,
Get on the truck, let's go!
You don't get off that easy.
Eat this!
You saved me. Why?
Old habits die hard, I guess. Run home, kid. It ain't safe out here.
You're one of those heroes, aren't you?
Not anymore.
I think you are.
Mija, I've been worried sick.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mama, but you won't believe what happened tonight.
Los muertos, they came and they took my money.
And then there are the times when I see her smile and the hope in her eyes, and I think maybe I don't need to worry about Alejandra after all.
coming to PC and consoles May 24th.
Oh, it's good to see you again. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
thought this was supposed to be the most advanced security system on the planet.
We don't have all day. Hurry up.
Enough. Do you have satellite?
Of course. Are you certain the target is on site? Oh, she's here, all right.
Okay, you're in.
I cannot wait until the inspection is over.
The door. Sombra.
Turrets are down.
I am in position. Sombra, time to target.
Incoming. Right now.
Chairman Bolskaya, the new guidance systems. They will be the difference in destroying the hated Omnics.
Tell me we're still on schedule. The Omnium will not wait for us to be ready before they attack again. Our first new mechs in a decade. This will ensure the future of Russia.
Just a little bit further.
Miss Volskaya, let's move!
Widowmaker, hold the perimeter. We'll take over. Sombra, I'm cut off. It's on you now.
I'm all over it.
She's getting away!
Careful, Miss Volskaya! All mechs, fire on catwalk, level 3!
Sombra, status.
Oh, I'm working on it!
Where did she go? Find her!
Katia Volskaya. You have no idea what it took for me to make this meeting happen.
Relájate, I'm not going to kill you.
I mean, I'm the one that set off the alarm.
Sombra, do you have the target?
Okay, listen. I'm here to make a friend. And show you something I found. Tell me, what would happen if the people of Russia learned that their defender against the Omnics was actually getting her tech from the enemy? What would that do to the future of Russia? What do you want? The most powerful woman in Russia? I've always wanted a friend like that. So I'm thinking, I don't let these images appear on every holovid in the world. And you help out your new friend every now and then. What do you say? Clock's ticking, amiga. As if I had the choice. Now what, friend? I'll be in touch. Boop. mission failed. Target escaped.
Get back to the ship.
And we are back with the semi-finals of the Pylon Cup, live from the Gecko Bar in Hamburg. I am Typhon Hawk, and this time I am joined once again by Bear today.
Yay.
So, how are you doing? How do you think the tournament is going so far?
Well, so far it's been a very exciting tournament. We're now approaching the final games today.
Yes.
I find a blast of a time here casting, watching players play the games, talking with some of the players. And I'm really excited to see some of the best players here now come together and do the semi-finals here. So, yeah.
Really interesting for me personally is that all of the players that we know, that we even know are good, are out of the tournament.
Yes.
So there are 4 players now that are playing for the first place, and we don't know a lot about them, but we will get to know them now in these next few games.
And we know they're at least as good as the best of our players.
Yes,
or maybe they
exactly.
just had a slightly bit more of a piece of luck, but...
Skill, you mean?
Sorry, skill. So, so possibly that's the trick, but...
Yeah. And
yeah.
as we are going into the semifinals, we are taking the upper semifinal, and this is Heavy playing against Colossus.
Right.
So
we haven't seen these players today yet, so we don't know what to expect, but obviously this is the semi-finals. They've battled a huge amount of opponents so far, and they must be pretty good if they got this far.
yeah, absolutely true. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what they're going to bring today. What we know is that Colossus Paladin is banned, and the Druid of Heavy is banned. So
Yes.
what are the classes we have for them to play?
We have Shaman, Rogue, and Druid for Colossus. So that's all classes we've seen today. No, nothing surprising there. And for Heavy, we're seeing a Warrior, which we haven't seen as often today yet before. And then also a Rogue, but also a Mage here. So, yeah. Seems like a pretty like regular matchup here compared to what we saw today. But obviously, it's a lot about skill. It's a lot about RNG and which cards you draw. So, yeah,
And
I mean...
we are actually ready to go into the first game, so we will be heading straight into it. And this is the semi-final of the Pylon Cup. We are getting right into it.
Hey! Okay, match number 1. Seeing Heavy at the bottom, Colossus at the top. And our first match is Mage on Heavy versus Shaman on Colossus.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
yeah,
I feel like we have seen this today.
a few times possibly.
We know this. We also know this exact move with somebody charging out of a cannon there.
Yeah. But already here we see the first tech card coming out. The Eater Secrets of Heavy. I've been waiting for this card actually all day today because I do think it's definitely like valid to play this against all the mages you expect in a tournament such as this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really interesting to see. Sadly, not the matchup that you're hoping to play it against. The Colossus is not going to play any secrets this turn. And we are seeing once again the pressure that the Shaman can get out, especially with the Totem, getting a 1-1 every single turn here now. And we are seeing this is respected by Heavy on the other side. He clears this out, knows that he will take a little bit more damage from the rest of the minions, but at least he knows there's an end to the minions and they can't spawn every single turn again.
Yes, indeed. Like, Heavy has a slightly slower hand in this position, especially against the full board of Colossus. Like, it's not exactly what he needs here. But nothing is out yet. Like, there's no Evolve on Colossus' side. We don't see any Doppelgangsters so far either. But the Stonehill Defender did just pick up Alec here, which is one possible finisher for Colossus in a few turns here.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And what we are also seeing here on the hand of Heavy is 2 ice barriers.
Yes.
So he is playing a little bit more of this survival and then finish with Alex Strasser style than what we are seeing in the more aggressive freeze mage decks maybe, where you're going more of an aggressive road and you normally try to get the opponent so low that they have to try to all-in you, but you have the ice block to stall this one turn to finish the game. So he is playing a little bit more of the defensive game, and this means that normally we will probably see him getting online around like 5-6 mana, so it's turn 5-6, where he has more potential to use here. But this is huge.
Yes, the evolved top deck here, and immediately a Flame Faceless could not stay at home, and we see a huge amount of damage, like 19 damage available from Colossus next turn. Just 1 damage off of lethal as is right now, so Heavy really needs to find an answer here, and he has picked up the Meteor, but we're only on turn 4. Like, there's a full board, there's 19 damage opposing you, but you're on turn 4. Like, this is way before Flame Strike. There's no Frost Nova inside, unfortunately, but there are these defensive secrets available.
Yeah, but still, this still means even if he takes out the Flame Breath Faceless, there's still now 12 damage for Colossus, and he still has options from his hands to deal more damage. So this game took a turn for the bad really fast on the side of Heavy.
Yes. Also the Flame Reef, the Mana Rift coming out, blocking a slower turn like Mana Worm plus Ice Block last turn. So he did opt for the Fireball just to get rid of the Flame Reef Faceless immediately, which I totally agree with. That's like your target number 1. And I don't think this kind of mage actually runs any polymorphs.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe 1, I don't know, we'll have to see if we pick up any like during the game, but yeah, you didn't have it in your hands, so you needed to deal with it right away, and that's exactly what Heavy did. Here.
And we see him playing the Secret now, but the Shaman is still on 30 health. He has the board advantage. He even has a lot of cards still left in his hand, so this is really, really a hard situation here for Heavy. Already out of the gate, Colossus having an amazing turn there with the Evolve, getting minions with a lot of attack, and Heavy just doesn't have the mana to battle that, and we might actually see the game ending here already in turn 6 for Heavy.
Yeah, well, the Meteor is available now. Colossus had like excellent positioning to directly counter it. He correctly placed the thing from below at the very far right and Aya on the very other side, so there's basically no chance that both could leave at once, but yes.
Yeah, and we are seeing Heavy conceding here.
So 1-0 for Colossus. The mage does not succeed. Yeah. That was a pretty fast game, but I think very well played by both players. Yeah, looking good so far. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm looking forward to
the Shaman is the one that won.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to see what comes up next. So yeah, not bad so far.
Well done on the side of Colossus, but of course there was a little bit of skill involved in that Evolve.
Yes, well, yes, that was just a nail in the coffin then with the Flame Reef Faceless and the Mana blocking early turns, and then the hand for Heavy was just slightly too slow. So yeah, good job, Colossus.
We actually have a little bit of a Heavy support here in the chat, at least with Sonnknopf, something like that, saying he is the best player around. So I'm looking forward to see him coming back into this game. If he is the best player around, I think he still has a good shot here.
Definitely, we haven't seen him yet.
He still has to make his mage work here, but this time he is at least getting a slower matchup. So it will be easier for him to get to the later stages. But then the question is, how fast can Colossus ramp up the game here? If he gets the early ramp, if he gets out the early gets an auctioneer even, he can snowball the game still, I think.
And here, Heavy on the mage, once again, we're seeing a very, very good starting hand in mage this game, as opposed to last game. We do see there's one polymorph in the deck, which actually is pretty good against cards such as Aya, some of the Jade Behemoth, for example, Jade Behemoths on Colossus side. So, yeah, but here, Arcanologist is available, Medius Valley is a follow-up, and a Fireball to deal with any gadgets and Auctioneer or other shenanigans that might come out. So, a very strong hand from Heavy here, very clear plays for the next few turns. Colossus side not so good so far. The Wrath early is nice, and there is a Jade Blossom available for some ramp. But now we also see the Wild Growth pick up. But I would favor Heavy right now from the board state as is right now. So.
Yeah, and this is always a little bit of a weird situation because you want to play the Secret, but it doesn't get you anything. But you have to use it to try and get your Medius Valid online. But if you look at the situation right now, there's no reason whatsoever for Colossus to, in his own turn, attack the minion. So he will attack the face, which means the Secret just gets procced, and then the Medius Valid isn't online once again. So it's really hard here for him. And the other option is to just, use the coin already, which is not ideal. But we see him doing it in the end, because he knows he can get rid of the Tar Creeper here, and at least start clearing the board and start pressuring Colossus once again.
Yes, this was a very tricky turn for Heavy here, since it didn't work out with the secret so far, and having to use coin and fireball on a Tar Creeper is really not what we're trying to do in this position, with much bigger threats looming just around a few turns.
Yeah, and this is of course now Colossus saying, okay, there was just a fireball used, so if I'm happy, if I'm lucky, there is the chance that there's no follow-up. This was the removal, it was used, but we are seeing Heavy is prepared here, and will be able to polymorph the Fandral. And yeah, this is really important for him, because if the Fandral gets online, we see just the Nourish getting picked up, and getting a Nourish with Fandral is one of the most devastating things to play around against.
Yes. So the cost of playing the early Tar Creeper is that no ramp has occurred so far. So there are 2 ramp cards on hand, which are very, very slow moving the game right now. He does indeed opt to play both of them right now. The alternative obviously would have been to play the Nourish on drawing cards, or even on ramping, but that would have just been very, very slow. And like this, he can get 2 of his pretty slow cards in hand out finally, and he does set up the Auctioneer combined with maybe a hero or maybe some spell he picks up next turn. So
yeah, you're absolutely right there. And of course, with the Gatgetson in hand, he knows that he can just cycle through his deck fast. So it's not as... Normally, it's sometimes a little bit weird to play Wild Growth after turn 5, because you say the value I'm getting is not... You're only getting value for 2 or 3 turns maybe. While if you're playing it in turn 1, you're getting value for a lot of turns afterwards. But once you hit 10, you're not getting value out of playing Wild Growth, because you just don't go on in mana. So with the Auctioneers, it is of course a little bit easier. And now we are seeing Heavy actually picking up a really important card here with the Ice Block, which means that he can get his Valid online totally.
Yeah.
If the Ice Block is down, you know the Valid has a time to get procced, get the 3 damage in. But so far as he doesn't need the 3 damage right now, we are seeing him going with the Eater of Secrets.
Yes. Yeah, definitely a nice pickup here to have the options available. We see the Meteor pickup as well. Quite a few answers on his hands, right, especially against Jade Golems. We see the Frostbolt available, as you just said, the Medivh's Valet, even more being picked up right now with the Volcanic Potion. Quite a few very nice answers here. So yeah, I feel like he's in a pretty good spot as of right now. Eater of Secrets once again just being non-effective here, but still, it's a 3 mana 2/4, which 4 mana 2/4, which is okay to get some stats on board. But yeah. So he does opt for the Meteor here instead of, say, Volcanic Potion ping. So he does keep the full board control here. But what I'm really excited about is the York Sauron and Colossus, just because I'm a huge fan of this card. Obviously, it wins and loses games, but it's still quite a
spectacle.
Quite a spectacle either way. Yes, definitely.
And the nice thing is, we are just in the spectator seat, so we don't care what happens as long as it looks funny.
Exactly. If it pyroblast your own face, we're happy. If it pyroblast your opponent's face, we're also happy. So either way.
The only thing we don't want to see is first spell cast Purify on Yogg-Saron. That is really unfun.
Indeed.
Please don't do that.
Yeah.
To all the RNG gods out there, please don't do that if we see it here.
Yeah. I'm not sure we're getting that far actually, because Heavy has got a lot of his pieces available right now. Like Medivh is here, Alexstrasza is here, available to set Colossus down to 15, and then there's a Pyroblast, the Frostbolt, Medivh's Valet. Like there's a lot of damage on Heavy's hand right now, and yeah, I think we're just a few turns away from that actually killing Colossus, because the Jades are just a 4/4. Like while we just saw the Jades with Idols being picked up right now, that's nice and everything, but the Jades are just not at in a position where they threaten the board so far.
Yeah, and for Colossus the problem is, I think, what is his count on the Jades at the moment? It's 4/4, so the next one will be 5/5.
Yeah.
It's still not that high. It's not like you can win a game with a 1/5/5 minion, so he needs to get more out of there.
Right.
We are seeing him shuffle them into his deck now, so he has more options. He can go into the late game, getting the first one out now, but he is still not... He is getting the things he needs, but on the other side, Heavy has Alexstrasza, he has Pyroblast set up.
He's actually really unlucky here. Oh, like he shuffled 6 He shuffled 6 Jade Idols in. He had the mana available with Innovate to cast more, and he was really unlucky to not draw a single one, but instead drew 2 Jade Behemoths and Jade Blossom. Like, of his 7 cards now, 6 are Jade Idols. He was really, really unlucky in this point.
Yeah, and it is of course not what you want to see on the side of Colossus. And on the other side here, Heavy is really happy with the situation. Of course, one of the saving graces here for Colossus is the 12 armor that he has now.
Yes.
Because Alexstrasza can't affect them. Alexstrasza just sets the health to 15, which is only 7 health at the moment, because Kevi was able to deal a lot of pressure already. But then still, Pyroblast completely gets lost in that 12 armor. He can't win against that. And this is really, really good for Colossus, because it means there is a chance still for him to win this game by just surviving the damage of the mage here.
Yes. Well, now since we see the 6 Jade Idols, did I miscount? This must be 6 Jade Idols, right? Or did he actually summon once instead of shuffling? I'm not entirely sure, but
I think he might have summoned once. If we are looking over there,
that might make sense. Yeah, okay, that might make
sense.
But
still, there's a good chance for him to pick up something that is cheaper, and he just got all the expensive stuff.
But now every single turn there's going to be a 6/6, a 7/7, an 8/8 minion coming out. And Heavy, while he has a lot of damage available, with the 12 armor, he's just too far away.
Yeah, and you know what the problem is with Colossus winning now? What to do? We might not see the Yoxeron.
it might not be necessary here.
Yeah, from the castle's perspective, that is really sad, because there's always fireworks involved with Yoxeron. So
yeah.
Anyways, let's get back to serious here, and we are seeing the Alexstrasza setting down Colossus at least to 15 health. So there's 27 damage that need to be dealt to Colossus now.
Yes, well, Colossus will definitely try and deal with the Alexstrasza just because the damage is too threatening. But he hasn't got a direct answer. Like, he's got the Taunt minions available, he's got the Primordial Drakes available. No direct removal. I don't think you play Nourish here, since you're just running out of cards at some point. So I think you just have to trade your 2 big minions, or possibly your Aya, into the 8/8.
Yeah, I think just trading the 5/5 and the 5/3. I mean, the death threat isn't that valuable any longer, because how is the mage supposed to clear a 7/7? He doesn't have an answer for that. He can flame strike, sure, and then afterwards you still have a 7/3. So you don't normally death threat minions are really nice to keep board presence after a board's clear. But as this board is not getting cleared by any kind of board clear from a mage.
Right. Yes. Yeah, and time is really running out for Heavy. We have Lethal on board with just over 30 damage on Colossus' side. So while the Ice Barrier is available and the Ice Block is played, I'm not seeing a way out here for Heavy. So this does look like Colossus might be taking the 2nd game in a row here.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way for Heavy to finish Colossus in the next 2 turns. Is there anything he can pick up to deal 28 damage by now? I don't think so.
Like, at this point, Heavy could be hoping for Yoxeron coming out and casting Twisting Nether to clear the board, but I'm not seeing that happening. Colossus is in the absolutely favorable position here, and there's no reason for him to play Yoxeron anytime soon. And, Sweet Ravasaur runs coming off of the Frostbolt, so...
Yeah, he is not going to influence this game in any way for Heavy, probably.
Yep. So I do feel like this is going to be it for the mage.
Yeah, we will be seeing the Ice Block delaying the entire thing another turn. But, yeah, there's... For Heavy to still have a chance in this game, there's so much that has to go right and so much to go wrong for Colossus. And for Colossus, how is this game supposed to go wrong? He just needs to play bigger minions every single turn.
His device might run out of battery, and he might need to reconnect and lose 2 turns. Like, that's how Heavy might win right now. But yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is there's a rule that is called, if there's Lethal on board, you get the win even if you disconnect.
And Lethal is definitely on board.
Lethal is on the board right now.
Not entirely sure, but yes, it looks like it is.
Pyroblast to the own face and summon a 10
That feels like the stylish. I think Pyroblast to your own face is a stylish thing to do here.
Okay, he's going with the opponent's face. He gets a 7/7.
Kun coming in, but yeah, we see Colospos taking game number 2 here from off of Heavy. So yeah, 2-0.
2-0 lead already for Colospos.
Well,
Heavy has a little bit of heavy work in front of him. Yeah, it's getting late.
Okay,
It's getting late.
I forgive you. So yeah, so I mean Heavy, yeah, he apparently, according to chat, is the best player around, but there seems to be quite some catching up to do for him.
Yeah.
So he's still got the full selection of all his 3 decks. As a reminder, these 3 decks are Warrior, Rogue, and Mage. But Colospos is now forced to play his Quest Rogue. Almost likely Quest Rogue. We only know it's a Rogue, but we can only assume.
It would be interesting to see if any other road got to this top 7 here.
I doubt it. It's just no reason to do. I don't think any other Rogue.
Yeah, we are seeing Rogue Mirror. Both of them playing a Quest Rogue here.
Yeah, this is all about the draws now, completely. Who draws the bounces faster, who draws the double minions faster. And Igneous, Elemental, and Firefly are exactly the right start here for Heavy. Double Firefly even is exactly what he needs. Yeah, he doesn't even need any bounce now.
Yeah, so going... How do you see this matchup? Do you have any input in it? How much of a... Sometimes there's this, like... Did you say it's a coin flip if you're playing a mirror matchup?
I think so. I think definitely this match, since it so heavily depends on the card you draw, much more than any other deck. Like, there's little decisions you have to take in this deck while playing it, and I think there's less skill involved in playing this deck as opposed to, say, a Jade Druid, which we just saw, which leads to you having to take a lot of in-game decisions about like when to play your Nourish, when to play your Jade Idols. There's just much less choices available to you here as a player, so I do think this is much more a coin flip than a lot of other mirror matchups.
Okay, and Colospos had a good coin toss there right now, having 3 Shadow Steps already on the hand. This means he can next turn use his patches or whatever other card you want to already get his quest into hand.
You use a Balefin Tidehunter because that summons a lot of tokens and you get it for free every single turn. So you play Balefin, Shadow Step, Shadow Step, Shadow Step. The only thing like stopping you from that is the small tokens will be cleared. So unfortunately they went to 5/5.
Is it better to use the Firefly? Because the Firefly gives you the minions to the hand, and then you can play them as 5
that
minutes
might
later.
actually, that might actually be viable since there's no prep in hand right now. Yeah, I think it's actually a very good point, right? You get... So that means you spend 2 mana, you can play 2 this turn. I don't know, you're still... The problem is we're still a few turns away from turn 5. So no matter what you play, the tokens will be cleared beforehand.
Yeah, and it seems like we are seeing the... I would say the conservative play here, using the Ferryman to get the Firefly back to hand. And this means, of course, I mean, Heavy knows what's going to be happening here in the future. So it's not a surprise for him. He himself has the option to finish the quest, but for him, the Ingenious Elemental has to die to do that.
Right, and that's something Colospos definitely does not want to do because he knows that it's just a matter of time then once that the quest is done. So, yeah. Quadruple Shadow Step on Colospos' hand. No, sorry, that's a prep, right?
No,
what's a prep?
There's also a prep.
Yes, it's free. He can finish his quest right now and prep his minions out. But yeah, right. Wow.
How many minions does he get out? He gets 1 other out because with prep the quest still costs 2 mana. So he has 1 mana left, so he has 2 5/5s on the board at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
That is...
It's pretty good.
I'd take it.
Yeah, the only nicer thing would have been if you somehow managed to get the blue Balefin Tidehunter to spawn a huge amount of tokens, which then become a 5/5, but yeah, insane pickups here from Colospos. Great hand, and yeah, the problem for Heavy is his minions just don't die. He's just not getting the double minions he needs. So,
he can finish the quest now as well, but he can't proc it.
Indeed, there's no prep inside here. He has got the advantage of having 2 charge minions in hand, whereas on Colospos' side there's only the patches. And he has got a huge board right now. So right now Colospos knows the quest is available. He'll do everything he can to clear the opponent's board now because he knows, like, this might be lethal. Like, if he leaves all 4 out, and both South Sea Deckhands come out, and he completes the quest, although he's 1 mana short, and then he's also the mana short for the charge, but he isn't so far away from just losing right out if he doesn't stop with Ward here.
One thing I find interesting here is the trade. Because he used 2 cards this turn, which means that he loses 1 more due to the attack of the... Was it fire elemental? The
Flame elemental.
Flame elemental.
Yes.
So he loses 3 in total. If he doesn't attack this turn, he doesn't clear, the one more survives, gets to a 5/5, and it has the potential to deal more damage. On the other side, it also means that the minion of Colossus, of course, survives with 1 health.
Yes.
So he might have to use a later turn to clear it as well.
Yeah. But here, just the 2-turn earlier quest with prep is just too good here. The whole board is cleared, even though he might finish his quest now. There's nothing he can do, so yeah, this seems to be a pretty quick semi-final because Colossus just...
You have to vanish here, right?
Well, yeah. You can't even complete your quest, right? You're dead otherwise.
Yeah, you vanish and then you hope for some kind of a miracle.
Yeah, that's...
What miracle saves you here?
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, you can vanish and you have a charge available, which you can't even use this turn since you have to push the core available.
Yeah, and then the next turn,
I'm
Colossus...
just not seeing this work, yeah.
Yeah, Colossus gets another patches to do another 5 damage, and we are seeing Heavy already typing out
the well-played here. Yeah.
Played.
Yeah, it's over here for Heavy, so 3 pretty quick games as far as all the way it looks right now.
And we are seeing some fans coming out here. Bromine still supporting Heavy, hoping for the miracle to happen. While on the other side, Stereotypable is cheering for Colossus. And I think you're in a good position being the fan of Colossus at the moment, because there is 7 5/5s on the board, and Heavy doesn't even has his quest finished.
There's nothing he can do at this point. Yeah. So this is, I think, pretty representative of the matchups we saw today. I think we saw most matchups by now. Yeah. Still pretty exciting to see a high variation from decks. Not every player brought a quest stroke, which is a nice thing to see. But as we know, quest stroke will be nerfed in a few days. Well, in some future patch. So yeah.
Here we have it.
3-0.
3-0 for Colossus.
Wow.
Heavy sadly is not able to get a point here in the semi-finals, but of course still a huge thanks to him and a huge congratulations for reaching the top 4 in a tournament with 50 attendees, so that's already quite a big feat.
Definitely, yes. So while we're here, we'll just take a short look at the bracket. So this was our semi-finals, number 1.
Yep.
We see Colossus versus Heavy with Colossus advancing, and the other semi-final is Full Collapse versus Lizazi. So we've only casted full... I think we've only casted Full Collapse earlier today. He won the series. Yeah, but Lizazi, I don't think we've seen him before in any series, so who knows? He might be the hidden talent here who has crushed everything so far. Yeah. But all in all, we've seen pretty balanced victories so far. Not a lot of 3-0s happening at all. Having a 3-0 happening in the semi-final is actually, pretty incredible. To like having 2 of the top 4 players battle it out in one, just defeating the other with a 4-0. So I'm really excited to see what the final has to offer.
Yeah, that's definitely I can wholeheartedly agree there. And normally, really, in situations like that, it's hard to manage to win against somebody on that level. But we saw the mirror there, Heavy going with the matchup that he says, like, I have to win this anyways.
Right.
And if I don't win this, I don't need to keep playing. So he tries it. He is not the one getting lucky this time. So this means Colossus will go to the finals and already secures. I think we have prizes for the top 4. So okay, so even Heavy has already secured some prizes here, but of course the first prize is an actual. Is it a USB pylon? Or what the first prize? The pylon? Is it? It's a USB pylon, or is it just a lamp pylon?
It's powered.
Okay. So it is normally powered, and it is shiny. You can see it every single time you're watching the Blizzard Store app, the Blizzard Store video going on in one of the tournaments of Blizzard Entertainment. And of course, a huge shout out to Blizzard for creating Hearthstone and letting so many players create tournaments and have us enjoy tournaments like this.
Yeah. This has been an awesome day so far. We saw a huge amount of matches. We've just got the finals left. I'm not sure there's going to be a game for the 3rd and 4th place. Anyway, yeah, I think we have to organize a bit now. From the way it looks like, the other semi-final has completed as well. Unfortunately, we don't know who won that yet, but you can find the bracket in the chat by typing !bracket, and if you click on that link, you should see it, and by the time you see this, there might already be the final, the 2 final contestants might already be selected.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we'll probably be signing off for tonight, us 2 at least, since we'll be traveling. It's been a blast being here, casting for you guys, watching us here from all over the world. Yeah, Jasper will probably take over, so stay tuned. There's definitely going to be somebody casting the final.
Yeah, and of course, if you enjoyed the show today, or if you think we really don't deserve to be sitting in front of a camera, you can find us on Twitter. It is at BCHL Typhonhawk for me, and
it's at BEHEH for me, which is my
So you can find us on Twitter, or you can go to the BarCraft HL website, which is www.barcraft-hl.de. There you can find information about the team, about the next tournaments. You can also write us an email there. Give us some feedback on how you think our performance was today, what we should change, where we should create the next tournament in Germany, of course. And of course, also find all our social media to keep up to date with what is happening in BarCraft HL.
So that's been Pylon Cup 2017 so far. There's one final series awaiting you in a few minutes once the players have been selected and set up and everything. Stay tuned for the finals here. Yeah, we'll see what'll be happening.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good night from us.
Good night from us so far.
Oh, it's good to see you again. Pull up a chair by the hearth. it's good to see you again. Pull up a chair by the hearth.
Hello and welcome back to the finals of the Pylon Cup. And I'm Yoder, and right now I will be alone for some time most likely. Or will you join me until you'll have to leave? BE joins me.
I am back. Hello. I'll just be a few minutes to have a head off swing.
Yeah. So we are going to cast the final as soon as they start. It's... What is it? It's Colossus Boss against... What is the other one? He's called Full Collapse. So actually, it's the first match for me to cast today. And it's the final. My name is Yoder, by the way. And as you all know, it's BE, who I already casted like all the day. It's gonna be fun, hopefully. Preparing the battle ban, friend. That's looking good. Full Collapse first. And we are tapping into the first game of our final of the Pylon Cup here in the Gecko Bar in Hamburg.
I will fight with honor for Doomhammer.
Okay. You spectated the wrong way. Wrong. Full Collapse first. Anyway, we only miss maybe part of the mulligan, and we see a buck on Colossus. Not yet. Hey, and we've got a buck.
Let's give it 1 or 2 turns.
Yep.
Otherwise, yeah, nice and early action. Hydrologist is available, Grimscale, Chum, and also the Murloc. Nice and early start for Full Collapse.
Yes. Yeah, his stunning hand was Evolve and Gangster, so he most likely mulliganed these two, so... Yeah, let's just reconnect. It's just aggro decks, partly, so we don't miss much in the first rounds. Fuck. We're gonna see it. Full Collapse. Works, yes! What? Yeah. Okay. Some people want to watch with us. We let them join here. His English is pretty. Then you can join us. Okay. So let's see. The Andreas is on board. He get Redemption, and there's the Flame Tongue Totem to clean it with a easy J Golem. 3 face damage.
Reporting for duty.
But he does it. Yeah. Oh, and that's... I just wanted to say that his turn is pretty awkward because he does not have anything to play, but now he can play the totem and just use the hero power.
Reporting for duty.
None of the two players is in a perfect position right now, especially not full collapse, but also Colossus could be feeling a lot better right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess the idea with the token and the secret was to have a target for Blessing of Kings, the upcoming turn 4, but yeah, Colossus ain't having any of that, and he just completely cleared it. Yeah, Murloc Wally, not what you're looking for here. This is really, really slow and really bad for full collapse here.
Yes. That does not work really.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even get anything on board where he can use his, what's called, it's a Spike Ridge Steed, right?
Spike Ridge Steed, yeah. He's got, he just hasn't got any targets to use his buffs on. I doubt the War Leader will survive this upcoming turn. So, yeah, there's a Devolve available in Colossus Boss, which is not really what helps, but yeah, he can actually he could just Bloodlust on this turn already, but looks like he wants to keep that for one more turn. Since I think he will be setting up lethal here, right? Since it's 5 damage plus another 15 damage is exactly 20 turns, so 20 damage. So he's setting up lethal right this turn, and +1 even. Yeah, and there's just no answer here from Full Collapse. So this is going to be a very, very short game. Number 1 here between Full Collapse and Colossus Boss. Yeah. What else is there to say?
That's pretty over, and now let's go Bloodlust. Okay, maybe he's just calculating the numbers. Do they add up? Does he have 20 damage? But yes, he has, and he has seen it. And it's GG. The first match is for Colossus Boss. Hey. Who secures his 1-0 advance here. Advantage for Colossus Boss, and his Shaman is out.
Cool. Okay, so if you're ready, we'll be swapping out myself. So this is actually a good night for me. So enjoy the rest of the games, guys. And yeah, I'll be passing to
Coward.
To
Coward.
To okay, Coward. Okay, here you go. Enjoy.
Bye, B. Thank you for joining us. And what meal? Yeah. Now you're online. Welcome.
What is your name?
Jesper or Yoder.
All right.
Like this.
Yoder. All right.
Okay. So we are waiting for the second match in this final of the Pylon Cup.
I was actually losing to Colossus.
Oh, so you want to see him win or you want to see him lose?
I'm not salty in any way. I want to see the better player winning.
Okay. So we are seeing the Druid for Colossus Boss against the Paladin for Full Collapse.
Should be favored for the Paladin.
Should be. Well, let's see. The mulligan on the top side is not very good. Colossus Boss is keeping the Grimscale jump and gets a Rock Pool Hunter. Not too bad. The Jade Idol in the early game.
Should be pretty tough to deal with for the Druid.
Yes.
Without any Wrath.
Ooh. Go for Grimscale. And then adds the Vilephan.
Of course, you want to have something on board.
Yes. So the Druid could use hero power to clear 1 minion or just ramp. Yeah, ramp is the right thing. He needs to get the bigger cards out. He needs his Jade Guard. Sorry, his Jade Spirit is the next card he could play. He needs some minions and he does not have much. A swipe does not help really at all. Could remove 1 minion, but still leaves in the awkward position.
But I think with the Feral Rage, it could be enough to kill every Murloc before the Gentle Megasaur.
Yes. But he for now goes for the Jade Spirit to have something on board.
Easy trades for the Paladin.
Yes. And does not bring both minions into range for the swipe. Which would be pretty helpful, of course, to have one of them on 1 health to clear everything with a swipe. But We now have 3 Murlocs and no possibility to deal with that.
That's actually kind of a replay of the first match between Colossus and me.
Yeah. Yeah, just leave whatever you want there on my laptop, and we will do everything else. Sorry, we had to clear all the finances for the casting team because the casting staff is now leaving. They need to get back to Lübeck. Thank you, Chancellor. Ooh. Just strip. No money.
In case you don't want to receive a ban, you should. A Twitch ban.
Yeah.
I think some female streamers got banned for that.
Yeah, but as far as I heard, it's allowed again to stream topless for guys. So doesn't matter. Just for stream, in case I forget, just remind me I put it there. Okay, so what did he pick with the? Sorry, we didn't catch up. He did. Okay, +1/+1, and
I think it's quite viable to play around any second swipe or something.
Yes. Well, a pretty good choice. And now he has only Wrath. He does not have a minion. He has Nourish to get some cards, but
no time to play it.
That gives the Paladin even more time to get the tempo in his favor.
Yeah, but actually his follow-up is not that good.
Yeah, but he does not know that.
Of course he doesn't, yeah.
So yeah, Grimsgate Charm, Hero Power.
Actually, the second swipe could return the favor here because the Spike Steed is pointless then.
But there is no... It's a second Jade Idol, so he either wants to keep it or... Yeah, there comes the Nourish. Get some cards, try to get something not helpful, not really, and not really. Yeah, so Hero Power, clear minion. He has some time because his opponent does not have too much damage on hand. Okay.
There comes the Spike Dish down, and that is way too much health to deal for a Druid in any way.
Yes. Absolutely. And the Druid does not can catch a breath with his drawing. He does not get anything that is really, really helpful. Kind of stack him, but what will he do with it? He can Nourish with Innervate.
That's just a desperate move.
Yeah. And now he's on 10-10, yeah. But, oh, York. He will never be able to play it. Yeah,
well,
Jade Idol.
He doesn't know that, right? He should often skills to survive, but is it enough?
Yeah, it is enough. It's 6 on board and he has in his hand.
No, it is, because he has Consecration.
Now that's Earthen
That's
Scale.
5 damage from hand, yeah?
Yeah.
It's not enough. It's exact lethal.
And, okay, and there is...
That is definitely not fair.
Hello, coin toss, by the way. Bromine 111. The photos of the tournament will be available on our Facebook page, BarCraft HL, and most likely on our homepage, barcraft-hl.com. DE. And there are some photos already on the internet. Just search for hashtag Pylon Cup. Or our social media pages. We are available on basically everything. And it's 1-1 now because Full Collapse won with his Paladin. Oh, it's out. Let's switch this
you know what's kind of interesting? Both players are playing on their mobile phones.
Actually, they do, right? Yeah. They're sitting up there. Okay, we cannot turn the camera right now. The Gecko Bar is basically a big room, and they are beneath the Gecko. Just Google for Gecko Bar. It's an awesome sculpture, and they are sitting in a lounge up there. It's cool. And they're both sitting there with their phones in their face.
Maybe there will be a setup for Hearthstone VR.
Maybe. So, we get into our third match of this final in the Pylon Cup. Colossus Boss against Full Collapse. And we see on the top side the Druid, yeah, and on the bottom side the Shaman again. So, he keeps the Firefly. Thing from below, Manatite Totem. At least a Manatite Totem. And on the top side again, oh, the mouse is, yeah, thank you. Not the best mulligan. At least he gets some ramp, but still. nothing to deal with early game pressure, but our Shaman on the other side does not have much to
I
pressure.
think it's actually right to keep the coin because you can turn 2 Wild Growth into turn 3 with 4 mana, innovate Jade Behemoth.
Yes.
And he does it exactly like that.
Yes. And he doesn't know, but of course his opponent cannot do much about it right now. He cannot... actually, no word right now, but he cannot make much out of it because he does not have the tempo right now in his hand. But of course, he can set up his board, he can get out the Stonehill Defender now, or he could play a Jade Claw, or he could try to pressure with his Flame Tongue Totem.
That's exactly the pickup you want to hit on turn 2 or 3.
Yes.
You want to have 2 minions on board and push the damage to the Druid before he can pull up his big Jades to buff it with Earthen Scales and get the armor.
Yes, but now he can play the Behemoth to get something on board, but of course it gets cleared pretty easily by 2 very, very cheap minions. A swipe will not help that much. Feral Rage and clear the totem, yes.
I actually expected the Jade Behemoth here.
Would have gotten rid of 2 cards, but there would still be the totem. And innovate into... okay, Jade Idol?
Into the Jade Spirit, yeah.
Spirit, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's trying to stack the future Jade Golems to just get a better board to deal with his small minions.
Yes.
Because a 1-1 isn't scary, but 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, and it's even stacking higher.
Yes, of course.
Should be pretty scary in the future.
Totem, it's not too bad. Okay, pretty...
Always good against swipe.
Yeah. So we will get a Jade Spirit, of course, nothing more to do. And on the other side with 4 mana, he could go for a totem into a thing from below or go for a Stone Defender. Some heal.
I think it's actually fine because you can Mana Tide Totem, Hero Power and play the thing from below for 1 mana next turn.
Yes. He goes for some heal. Not too bad.
I think he's actually going for the Taunt Body in the main way because heal isn't any important in that matchup.
Yeah. You're right about that.
Actually, that matchup should be slightly favored for the Shaman, but in my opinion, it's pretty hard to push that fast forward against the Jade Druid because of 2 Earthen Scales, 2 Feral Rages, and the Taunt.
Yeah, but Kolasbos already showed us that he can draw sometimes not too good. So we will see if he can get the whole thing into his favor again. Right now it's... oh.
That should be
that's
something.
Okay, but still the Behemoth, yeah, the Bloodlust is better to clear the Behemoth and get the whole board back on his side.
You will never get more value. And you're pretty scared of anything like Innovate and Primordial Drake.
Yes.
Or something to clear the whole board.
Now thinking about will he clear the board or will he apply the pressure to the face, and he goes for face. Getting his opponent already on 10 hit points. And now he doesn't know, but his opponent actually has a pretty bad hand to deal with this.
Actually, that Aya is pretty...
Yes, she brings something. Tempo. She brings something on board in some tempo, but still 10 damage is something a Shaman can deal at some point. Board is not looking too bad yet.
Actually, I had a kind of similar situation in the tournament before. I just was looking for my Jade Lightnings, and I rolled 2 times Spell Damage Totem, and it would be enough to deal the 10 damage, but I just didn't draw them.
Oh, there's the Evolve with Double Gangster on hand. So we'll see.
Actually, you could play a thing from below to get an extra 7-drop out of it.
Yes. It's a 5-drop then, right? Isn't it 5 from start?
No, it's 6 from start.
Oh. You're right. Oh, the Yoxa run maybe will come in handy.
I actually think...
Or will kill him. Not too
but
bad.
he should, with that board, he should be able to maintain bound control. He actually doesn't need the York, honestly.
Unless these Gobbledinksters will
They could go wild. Oh, he decides not to play the thing from below before.
Yeah, he wants to go safe, have a taunt, to tank something, because his opponent has 18 board damage.
It's quite a lot.
Yeah, with 9
with
hit
the
points.
swipe in hand. Yeah. Actually,
it saves
it is lethal.
Is
of course.
it already?
Yeah,
swipe
the 5/5, hero power it, you survive, and then push the damage.
Yes, he can also buff a minion, get +1 on him. So yeah.
Let's see if he spots it. I think he's doing the calculations now.
Yes. And he buffs this one to clear the thing.
Well, I think he didn't see it.
We will see if he now goes face with everything. And okay, buffs again.
Is that some kind of BM or not spotting the lethal?
Oh, the Jade Blossom. Okay, if he now does the swipe in the face. If the swipe goes face, he still has lethal.
And he spotted it now, yeah.
Yes. Okay,
So
maybe
it wasn't BM, I think.
Yeah.
He was a very fair player in the prelim round.
So Kolas Boss
leads 2-1.
Yes. Kolas Boss wins with his Druid. Where is it? There it is, and it's out.
It actually feels kind of satisfying to have lost against the potential winner of the tournament.
Yeah, there's always, if you're now casting, you're thinking, okay, either I want the guy who kicked me out to lose because he kicked me out, or you want him to win because then you don't need to feel too bad about yourself losing, because actually he is the champion.
I am rather on the second side of that.
It's a better place to be. It's never good to think that it's good that someone loses.
That is actually an interesting matchup because if the Druid can maintain board control early on and has the Dwarf to the right time, it's a pretty good matchup for the Druid. For the Druid, I'm saying, for the Shaman. But with that hand of the Paladin, should actually be pretty good. But on the other hand, the Paladin has such a good board clear and something. You can't really make someone who's favored here.
He's in charge.
He's in charge.
He's in charge.
Someone has to scrub the deck. It seems dirty.
Comes the Wilfan Inquisitor.
Viable top deck. Of course, he takes it out. Actually, today, Kilua, the player who maintained a 9th place, actually told me I should play Sea Giant in my version of Token Shaman. Because I actually didn't. I didn't know it was that good in the current meta. And today, when I walked around and watched other players playing, I saw many of them played it.
Seems like he was right. That was a
fast pick.
Earth Element was always a good pick out of this. I actually love the Stoner Defender and Paladin and Shaman. There's so many good taunt casts on these. Okay, the Shaman only has the Earth Element most likely, I think. Or
Thing
maybe
from below is
Thing from Below.
And the legendary, I forgot the name. You know, which summons the Storm Guardian.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Thunder God or something? Wasn't it something with Thunder God? Don't know right now, but yeah, 5/5 and get a 10/10 later. It's pretty cool, pretty awesome. And the Paladin, of course, with Tyrion and the other one with Neumann. That it sets everything to 3/3.
And of course the 7-mana 6/6, the Gram Street Protector, I guess it's his name.
So many good cards. So Earth Elemental. He plays direct if he Sea Giant. Anyway, both play directly into Equality and Consecration.
It's actually a Bittertide Hydra without downside.
Yeah.
5 mana 8/8.
And yeah, I think he does not have another option than playing Equality and Consecration, right? Not really.
Not really.
And that feels really bad, because he now will see the Earth Elemental as follow-up, most likely.
But that shouldn't be too bad, because he's got his Tarim in hand.
Yes. Doppelgangster, but no Evolve yet on hand, so that does not help.
Oh, he doesn't play the Earth Elemental. Alright. Interesting.
Want to keep it for the surprise, maybe, for a later moment.
I think that's actually a misplay, because he can... now it's turn 7, he's 7 mana as Paladin. Colospos has 7 mana. In the next turn, he can Hero Power and Tarim and get the 2/2 buff either to the clear of the Earth Elemental, if he plays the next turn.
Yeah, but now he has 4 minions on board, so if he now plays Tarim, his opponent has 12 damage on board.
No, I mean in the following turn. Now he plays Curator, and in the following turn he can Hero Power and Tarim.
Okay.
That's some point of extra value, which is a pretty common turn. And he's got Tyrion. So I think it would be better to play Earth Elemental in the previous turn.
So Arya joins the show, and he does not attack. So I don't think that we will see Terran right now, or?
No.
With 6 minions on board.
Never. I think it's more likely to see Primordial Drake, but I don't know whether there is some clear.
So yeah, for 3 minions go down, Primordial Drake would be awesome on this turn. On the other side, he could try to discover something or play...
Well, I think...
Is that Finja on the hand? Yeah, that's Finja, right? The 5 mana?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's a Finja.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was just thinking about spotting the lethal for the Paladin a few turns, because he has actually kind of a damage-heavy board with 8 damage and the True Silver in hand.
That's already 12, yeah. But his opponent also has a True Silver champion. But nothing to hit without losing hit points. Oh, speaking of losing hit points.
Wait, what? Where was that from?
That was already had that. Played that earlier.
Was there a Crystalline Oracle from the...
Are you where the True Silver comes from?
What the Primordial Drake? Primordial Drake?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually confused about that.
Do we have the info somewhere?
I guess he got some Crystalline Oracle.
Maybe it's a bug, because it's not listed. I think that's a bug.
Let me
No, you think? I think it was a Crystalline Oracle, the 1/1 from the Priest, which he got from Maelstrom Portal, maybe?
That is possible, yeah. That is possible. Maybe the stream can help. Okay, we have a 3-minute delay to the stream, so...
talk about a nice suit.
Hired Gun.
Actually, I had a guy in group today which played Hired Gun, is the name?
Yeah, Hired Gun.
Watch it. Yeah. In his Quest Mage.
Okay. Maybe he had some situations on ladder or somewhere there where he particularly needed a 4/3 taunt.
No, I actually think he didn't got all the cards.
Of course, that's also a situation on a tournament that should include everyone. It's pretty normal to see some, let's say for pros, awkward picks, but for casual players, it's just I don't have any other cards.
Yeah.
Or people for which I have much respect actually just want to play their own. So they say, oh, yeah, I could go to Reddit, I could go to here, Tempo Storm or something and get the best deck out there, but no, I want to craft it for myself. And maybe that's just a better way to educate yourself about the game than just copying other people. So
I brought actually a pretty out of the box deck today. It was an elemental pirate warrior.
Did it work?
It worked pretty well. It went 4-0.
Oh, good.
But I have to admit, it wasn't my idea to build it. It was from a teammate.
Yeah. So right now on the board, there are a lot of minions for full collapse, and he has Bloodlust in his hand and a True Silver champion. And his opponent can clear the thing from below, and if he hits it with a face, the Earthen Elemental. He does not want to play Terram, I think. And he could try to adapt his Murlocs and get something like Poisonous or...
I guess Taunt would be good here either.
Yes. But would it help? He goes for Terror.
Alright.
So his opponent maintains the same... Oh, plus 3 health. And now hitting, he gets rid of 2 minions.
I think the Terram just as the 3/7 Taunt body is good enough.
Yeah, but now we actually need to calculate because he has... Clearing one more.
He cannot play the True Silver because he's overloaded.
Ah, okay, didn't see that. But he has the Bloodlust. No,
so
not,
he's,
that's not enough, right?
Everything is 6, 24 damage, and he is 27 life with the Taunt, so
yep.
No lethal here.
So he thinks about how to clear it using
actually it's not worth because he has to hit 2 minions.
Okay, on the other side, does the Paladin have lethal right now? Because he has 40 damage on board and a True Silver in hand. And his opponent, okay, he can clear enough. Yeah, he can clear enough.
That was kind of a close game.
Yeah? So what would you do? Would you go for Bloodlust and try to clear everything?
If you mentioned you don't know the hand from the opponent, I think I would go for True Silver. Just for the better feeling of have the weapon equipped for the next turn. Crystalline Oracle, I was right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the cleaner trade, and then you have to trade because even though there is the second Gentle Megasaur, it's just so devastating to have 2 Murlocs on board, getting them Wind Fury or 2/3 attack.
Yes. Absolutely. And not much. Yeah, can get some Murlocs.
The True Silver is definitely played here.
Yes, yeah, of course, but on the other, okay, you most likely add Fincher to this, right?
You just want to get the Fincher down to maintain board control finally and forever.
Yeah, and maybe buff it. Also buffing it. That feels good. Fincher, True Silver champion. Clear it. And you are in a good position.
Actually, Colossal is leading, so this would be the final game.
Yes, if he wins, that is. Evolve and Double Gangster is a big chance, of course. Maybe also adding the Mana Totem just to get more minions on board. And if then this totem there evolves into a Doomsayer. Do we see the Mana Tide? No, just the Evolve? Huh? Okay.
He's doing it.
Yeah, he should. He should go all in on this.
I think there are some taunts on the 4 mana spot.
Yeah, of course. I think on nearly everything is a taunt, right? A charge.
2 taunts and a charger. That's good. And he gets the 6/6 death rattled Jade Golem.
And heals himself for 2.
He decides to heal for 2.
Helpful, helpful.
And actually, the Finja draws something.
Yes. What does he have left in his deck? He has a War Leader at least. And
a Rock Pool.
Yes.
The second Wildfin is in hand, so he can't draw that. Definitely there are some Murlocs.
Yes. But none which would end the game in this turn, I think. So
I think it's over next turn with Bloodlust.
Yes. So let's see.
And as he doesn't run the charges, he can't charge down anything.
Yeah. That does not help.
Full Collapse takes the second or the 4th game.
The 4th game. So it's 2-2.
His second game.
These finals go to the 5th game of this best of 5.
What we all were hoping for.
Yes, absolutely. And the Bloodlust.
I have to wait one more game to see if I can get my satisfaction.
So, Full Collapse wins the 4th game with his... It was Paladin, right? No, Shaman, right?
The Shaman one, yeah.
It was the Shaman. Sorry for that. Yes. And maybe set them to 2.
Actually, I guess Colossus didn't play a single game with his Quest Rogue today.
Okay, the chat is actually arguing right now that he should have banned the Paladin. So, maybe it's a Miracle Rogue. Is it a Miracle Rogue?
No, it's a Quest Rogue.
A Quest Rogue, okay.
I didn't play against it, but I asked him afterwards.
People are afraid of Quest Rogue because it's... If he gets the right mulligan, it's so hard to deal with.
You asked for it.
I think a lot of people are playing more control-y decks, and Questrock is just outrunning them.
Yes.
You can't do anything. They are bouncing, and you be like, all right, White Grove. And they be like, 5 damage, 5 damage, 5 damage.
Okay. So, Volcanic Potion. Not too bad against Murlocs, I would say.
It's actually kind of a good hand. He's got the 2-drop, which draws him a secret, and the Volcanic Potion. And Colospos doesn't have the rock pool, so he can't actually bring his Tidehunter out of range.
Nope. And the Ice Block on hand. It's okay.
Seems to be typical Gunter Mage.
Oh, there are the 2 War Leaders. It's always Getaway Kodo.
It's just the highest value card. If you don't know in which direction the game goes, you just always pick Getaway Kodo.
Yeah, of course. Was on a stream that we did previous, like a month ago. We had like a broadcast of 6 hours, and I think Getaway Kodo was picked 20 times.
Oh, actually, if he played around the Volcanic Potion, he just would have traded the Tidehunter. And now there's a pretty good trade for Full Collapse. He's just stealing the value of all Murloc Murloc War Leaders in his hand.
Yes. Man, and they're gone.
Nasty card.
Good follow up with the War Leader. I always feel bad when I put a War Leader on an empty board. It's just does not feel right that there are not 6 minions which pop up with +2, +1, +2, +1. Flame Strike with discount. That's pretty huge against a Murloc based deck, because they not very often get above 4 health.
Actually, the guy in chat who told him to ban Paladin is a pretty high score player. So he finished the top 100 this season, I guess. And
Be quiet.
Be quiet, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, he has been a lot at our cups, I think.
He should be here today, but he wasn't. He didn't make it.
Bad boy. Yeah, we had... Unfortunately, we had like 130 or something registrations, and only 50 people showed up, which is still pretty huge for a tournament up here. So it's the biggest one that did happen here, not being an HCT event. So kudos to the organizer, by the way, to Andreas.
All of you should feel bad, because I traveled more than 800 kilometers to come here, from Nuremberg to Hamburg, and you are not here.
That's dedication. I traveled...
Don't beat me.
80. I'm from Lübeck.
Not
because we are BarCraft HL here. So, Finja on empty board, that's actually not too bad feeling. Finja, he now can... Okay, he plays against Mage. There are not so many minions, but...
He just won't play anything.
Yeah, but still. Finja is in a safe place, and if something comes out... But
is Full Collapse running any natural Flame Strike, or only the one from the glyphs?
I actually don't know. We don't have deck lists today, and this is the first match I cast.
All right, okay. I thought maybe game 1 or 2 wasn't here.
Then the only one not here for game 1, and there he played his Paladin, I think, or his Shaman. But I think that's the first match where we see his Mage, actually.
All right. He wants the 5-drop. As the Paladin has 30 health, that shouldn't be too bad. Want to control the board. Actually, there are not many decks that have that many names like this Mage. They are called Gunter Mage, or Control Mage, or Discover Mage. Nobody knows what it actually is.
It's now the Full Collapse Mage. Okay. 6/6 buddy on board. Your opponent's on 30 health. That card was not too bad, I guess. Still.
You have 12 burst damage? Okay, you never play Elixtrasser here.
No. Getting the counter spell on his hand. pulling it up, which is great because he now counters directly the equality and can push everything base.
Just so weird at the moment to play around all that secrets.
Yeah. Okay, his opponent could try to use the Finger and his weapon to kill the 6/6 and get some Murlocs on board.
Chat is running wild. Yeah, that plays
okay.
around
He can
Mirror
just
Entity, maybe. You never know. Actually, the Tarim looks pretty viable here.
Yes. Protecting the Murlocs, protecting the Finger to maybe draw another card.
As it buffs the base beyond the buff from the War Leader.
So there's a Fireball. Which, or he also has Secret, so he could use the Medivh's Vuln to clear.
Oh.
Hello, Mediv.
That's a neat pickup, but he is able to proc the block in any way.
Yes, clear this one, then use the Fireball. And ping. And kill the Finger.
And now Alex is free. Not any restrictions anymore to play the Alex because you don't want to heal him from your board.
Yes. 2/6 Taunt Body. And flooding the board with another Murloc.
Poor pick for some Paladins. On average, it's pretty better pick from the Stoner Defender for the Paladin.
Yes. Volcanic Potion.
Doesn't do really much.
No. Brings extras on board.
All right. I think that's pretty brave.
Yeah, but on the other side, what would be the other moves?
Play the Medivh.
That would have been what I would go for. But he does not have the spells to use the Medivh, to utilize them to get much out of it.
You are in a pretty uncomfortable spot right now, and Medivh is the play which can change your favor with top decks, or with the second Ice Block, or with the Volcanic Potion. You can do the trades. And he has to deal with it. And the weapon is always pretty scary, and the 4-drop, a 3-drop, and another 3-drop in the following turn would be pretty good either. I think that's actually a pretty dead turn with the Alex Strasser though, because...
Yeah, he has 2 taunts in his face.
Yeah.
And now the Ice Block is procced and he cannot play the Medivh next turn.
I think he's kind of hoping to draw the Hydrologist to play around the counter spell.
Okay, let's see. Primordial. Always go Primordial. And it's
a Fireball.
Ice Barrier Fireball. So, we get an Ice Block.
Go for the face and hope for the Pyroblast top deck.
Yeah.
Game plan of today's match. Oh, he forgot to ping. If he top decks the Pyroblast, he actually doesn't have lethal.
That feels awkward. Or he could... Okay, his opponent needs to clear the board. Or get another... Oh, it's Light Lord Ragnaros. If he now...
He's got 2 damage. I think it's right to run the 2 damage minions into the Alex Strasser and clear her off. Proc the block, obviously. Play the Ragnaros here.
Yeah, right now equality to get his own minions all on 1 hit point, and then the Ragnaros will heal his own face 100%.
Yeah, but there's a counterspell out there. There's a counterspell out there, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, but does he know that? It's a question. I think he doesn't know.
I think he spotted it. He didn't? Or was it the play to counter it?
No, now he needs to clear his own damage minions. I think there was the possibility to be...
I think he actually played around it to have lethal next turn with the Consecration Burst.
That could also be possible, yeah. Anyway, getting rid of that, playing out Ragnaros, and now the mage is out of options if we did not miss anything.
He could top deck from Audio Glyph.
There's the Pyroblast.
And yeah,
but
okay.
still it did not change anything because of the Ragnaros.
But it would also have been the right play.
Yes. He does not know that his opponent has.
That's it. Colossus, I got my satisfaction.
And now we see the consecration into win.
Well played.
The burst heavy paladin.
Boom.
What a final.
5-match final.
And none of it was clearly decided. All of them were pretty close.
Very, very close ending here. In the Pylon Cup 2017, Colossus Boss is our champion. And Full Collapse is our runner-up.
And Kawa champion of the hearts.
What was your position in the end?
I actually finished third in my group.
Third in your group, oh.
Yeah, was pretty unlucky.
Unlucky. Anyway, we will now head ourselves to the winner's ceremony. Unfortunately, we cannot put it on stream. So you are free to watch another Overwatch trailer. What? Do you play Overwatch?
I don't know.
You don't play Overwatch?
No, I don't.
Okay. I will select this one. And we wish you all a good night. Thank you very much for watching the Pylon Cup here on the channel of BarCraft HL. Big thank you to Andreas, who organized the whole thing, to all players, to you, who jumped in to cast.
Thank you to let me join.
No problem. To our staff, to Kanzler, to Nivo, to Typhonhawk, to BE, to... I did not miss anyone. These 4 guys who joined us here, who did the whole tournament, who did the whole broadcast of this event. It was awesome, I think. So, have a good night. Until next time.